What's going on, my peoples? This your boy, Mr. OBF. Back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF the Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF the Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. All right, people, let's get into it, man. Now, I want to say this before we even get started. I'm actually very, very disappointed in LeBron James. I thought this was unnecessary. I believe that this is out of character for LeBron. For me, I don't like it. I'll be very honest about this. This is around the type of shit that this is what Stephen A. Smith likes to do. It's a part of who he is. He's a showman, right? He wants to talk about these things, right? But let me be clear about a few things. Like, I'm gonna get out on LeBron and I'm gonna get out on Stephen A. because at this point, this shit is like, it's unnecessary. This shit is unnecessary to even be having conversations about. Right? It happened. It is what it is. Leave it be. And that goes for Stephen A. and LeBron. Like, it's enough. You both look petty as shit out here. You're both looking you're not looking like grown ass men. You're just looking like fucking petuous children out here doing stupid shit and just wanting clicks and views. And the shit is, it's just weird. And listen, the timing of it is weird to me too. We're gonna get into how LeBron handled this situation as well. We're gonna go over some things, but I don't like this shit. I don't like it for LeBron because I just think as a person, listen, as a basketball player, I don't really rock with LeBron like that. I'm not saying he ain't great. He ain't in my top 5. But as a person, I genuinely got a lot of love for LeBron. Genuinely. Love his family, love the structure, love everything that he stands for outside of basketball. I genuinely do. But this shit here, you're doing unnecessary shit, LeBron. You're bringing this shit way too much attention than it needs to be. Nigga, focus on basketball right now. Like, I don't need this. I don't need this from LeBron. I don't. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is part of the reason why I don't look at LeBron as one of the greatest top 5 greatest players of all time. Because of shit like this. Because this is why we believe that you be doing some sneaky shit behind the scenes in basketball, of trading a lot of those guys off. Don't never take the blame for when your team fucked up, because he said a lot of fucked up shit in the interview with Pat McAfee. That I, as a basketball fan, I'm like, yo, this is why I don't got you in my top 5, bro. This is the exact reasons why. But let's get into this, people. Now, mind you, I don't like Stephen A. Smith at all, personally, or as his occupation of what he does. I don't like nothing about Stephen A. So this may fuck some people up a little bit, that I'm going to defend Stephen A. Smith in some type of way. But I don't like LeBron James as a basketball player. But I love LeBron as a human being outside of basketball. I really genuinely do. But let's get into this shit. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this shit, because this shit is it's unnecessary. This shit is very, very unnecessary. And they both look bad. It ain't just LeBron. It ain't just Stephen A. They both look bad. But I don't think Stephen A. Smith gives a fuck about looking bad. He just want to be proven that he's right about every fucking thing. So, this is a bad combination, man. Let's move on.
Get into it. We all know where I need to start today. And it's with some sports talk, media news, and my good friend, Mr. LeBron James. Look,
right there. It's all disingenuous. Stephen A., you don't have to talk about this shit. You don't genuinely have to talk about it. You just wanted to get the last word in. Because I guarantee you, if LeBron James does another interview and you come up, which he will come up. This is why LeBron James don't really do interviews. This will come up. And LeBron James, depends what mood he in, that he may say, look, I don't want to talk about that shit no more. It's irrelevant. Ask me something else. Next question. Right? Or he going to do what he did on Pat McAfee. Right? So, and if he does do that, you're going to talk about it again. And this is my problem with Stephen A. Some shit you can just let fucking be. You say what you got to say and leave the shit alone. But no, not Stephen A. Then he going to try to blame it. It's a part of my job. Some shit ain't your job, bro. Seriously. Shout out to my brother Bell in the morning. Yeah, well, we all know that. Good morning to you too, Brother Bell. But we all know he ain't like that. But this is why he's not liked either. Right? Like, this is why people can't, like people like me, be like, Stephen A., you're not a genuine dude. You try to come off as one, but you're not. You try to come off as authentic, but you're not. You want to be like, don't be acting like you don't want to be like, I don't give a damn. If you don't give a damn with anybody, that's why I don't like people like this. Or say shit. I don't care what people say about me. Yeah, you do. I care about what people say to me. A lot of the times I don't. Because it's irrelevant to me. Like, I just think it's just stupid. I speak on it once and sometimes I just leave it be. But I'm not going to say that I don't care what people think. You do. Everybody does. And you care about what people says about you. Come on, man. You care about what a lot of people think about you. Because if you didn't, you would not say, I don't care what people think. It's a lie. You're lying to yourself. But let's move on.
Braun appeared on the Pat McAfee show today and made a few headlines with his thoughts on a number of topics, including yours truly. For those of you who didn't see it, I'll play it for you right here. This is LeBron James on Pat McAfee talking about me.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, we're watching it.
Yeah.
We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah.
You're seeing it as well.
So he literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it. But since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Right. So that's a lot. He's talking about Stephen A. Stephen A. say, I wasn't going to address it. But since the video came out, I was going to address it. First of all, you already admitted that it was cameras that was going to be around. You know it's cameras there. So you knew that the video was going to come out. So for you to say, I wasn't going to address it until the video came out, you knew the video was going to come out. Because you know it was cameras everywhere. You admitted that's what you said. I wasn't going to act like this because the cameras, we knew was cameras rolling. And I work at ESPN and I just got my contract. You already knew that. So for you to come out and say, oh no, I wasn't going to address this until the video came out. Like, come on, bro. Like, he says shit that debunks his own point. So LeBron is right about that. But let's move on.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait till the video to drop so you can address it, it's your ass. Like, seriously.
And he's not lying about that. Stephen A. Smith, this is his whole persona. This is what he loves. He loves that LeBron even went on the Pat McAfee show. And even his name came up. Because I guarantee you. If Pat McAfee would have brought this up with him and Stephen A., he's like, look, man, it happened. I said what I had to say. It is what it is. that would have been the end of it. It's nothing for Stephen A. Smith to say. But LeBron decided intentionally, he did this interview intentionally, because I'm telling you, he knew that they was going to ask him about Stephen A. So part of me, like, LeBron, like, you're being a hypocrite too, because you know what you're doing. Both of you niggas are out of pocket, but let's just move on. There's some childish shit going on.
And like another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never am I.
And LeBron going to explain about missing the point. Stephen A. Smith did miss the whole point of why LeBron James approached him. And we're going to break that down. Because Stephen A. Smith continues to go out here and say he wasn't getting personal. Yeah, you were, nigga. And for you not to recognize that, that's the issue. That's the problem. But go on, LeBron.
Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household.
But now hold on. Now think about this as well. LeBron is partly telling the truth and he's partly lying. Because, well, no, I can't say that, because LeBron James don't have, what I'm saying is, I'm assuming that he's not telling the full truth. Because I know for a fact, when it comes to the debate of who the greatest basketball player of all time, between him and Michael Jordan, they just skip over Kobe. But anyway, you already know how I feel about that. He has got dudes, we know this for a fact, on the internet, social media, and even in the mainstream media, that motherfuckers are getting paid off to defend him as the GOAT, as the greatest basketball player of all time. So that's why I'm saying he's partly being dishonest. But the other part is he's not lying about what the fuck he's going to get upset at you criticizing his son off his game. The people that he paid off on ESPN, Kendrick Perkins and a whole bunch of them, criticize Bronny James. So that's not the issue when it comes to as far as basketball. That's not the fucking issue. Stephen A. Smith knows that, but he's trying to pretend that he didn't cross the line of getting personal. So LeBron James is actually partly right and partly disingenuous. Because we have seen you, and we know for a fact behind the scenes of what you're doing at some of these media companies. Of putting your people in these places to say outlandish shit about how great you are and better than Michael Jordan and a lot of other people. Number one, Shannon Sharp, Kendrick Perkins. I can name a couple of people. Nick Wright, a whole bunch of them. Gilbert Arenas, paying them up. First he was saying it's Kobe over LeBron. Now LeBron is over Kobe. Now he's over Jordan. Come on, bro. We know the real, man. Now, Jordan, listen, and let me just say this too about some of these NBA players that LeBron James has paid off that's not playing anymore. They're saying that he's greater than Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Let me tell you something. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant was busting their asses. And if they didn't get to play against Jordan, Jordan bust their ass. Gilbert Arenas, you know you couldn't fuck with Michael Jordan back in fucking, just say 98. You couldn't fuck with Jordan, and you know that. You know you couldn't fuck with Kobe. they talking about, I scored this on Kobe. Yeah, but Kobe bust your ass a lot more than you bust his ass, and you know that. You was never considered top 5 best players in the game, ever. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of these dudes that speak out of pocket about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, these former players, these niggas was never mentioned as top 5 best in the game in any year. They may have had a great year, but they never was up there. It was never over those guys. Gilbert Arenas, let me explain something to you. Gilbert Arenas is a fraud. And I want to make this very, very clear about Gilbert Arenas. He is the new Stephen A. This buck dancing bonanza nigga, him and that nigga, what's his name? McClain. McClain is listen, it's politics in basketball. We're not gonna play that. Did politics play something into his career? Yes. But it is a lot of basketball players like McCain that was probably could have lasted longer in the game if they didn't think that they was better than what they were. And that's just real. And even Brandon Jenkins, this nigga, he's calling out all these people in his draft class and all this other shit, talking about he's the best. Like, dude, nobody considered you the best top 10 player in the game when you was on your bullshit. Not on bullshit, but I mean on he was doing his thing in the NBA. Nobody considered you top 10 player. You wasn't like that. Nobody was even thinking about you like that. Listen, it's one thing to have confidence in yourself and in your game, right? It's another thing to acknowledge that niggas is better than you. They're bigger than you. They're better than you. We all know, listen, let's explain something to you. Let me tell you the difference between somebody like Derrick Rose and the rest of these niggas like Gilbert Arenas and Brandon Jacobs and McCann. They all came in, they all had their little time where they were shining a little bit, right? It was the shit. Shit was popping, right? Now, let me explain something to y'all about this is why D Rose is respected. Everybody and their mama know. We don't know if LeBron James would have been the greatest basketball player of all time. I mean, not greatest basketball player. None of us won't be talking about LeBron like they talking about LeBron now. If D Rose would never got injured and he was just as durable somewhat as LeBron James, do y'all understand who D Rose was back in no time? I'm talking this when Kobe was playing too. So don't get this shit twisted. You can even talk about Dwayne Wade. People, listen, if you be honest, it was periods of time in the NBA in the early 2000s and coming towards the mid of the 2000s. Like 2010, around this time. Like, we knew Dwayne Wade at one period of time was better than LeBron James. Like, let's just be real. Then you had D Rose. Then you had Carmelo. Carmelo, listen. I'm just trying to tell y'all, LeBron, as great as he is, it was periods of times in the NBA where he wasn't as better than those guys. He didn't have that dog in him like everybody tried to pretend. Well, he took him to the finals 9 times. Means nothing. But when it came down to win that shit, he couldn't do it. Melo was a different story. Melo was in the Wild Wild West. Everybody in the West was good. He went up against the Mamba. So, and everybody know the best. Let's just do it this way. The best player in the West, we all know, was motherfucking Kobe Bean Bryant, the Mamba. We all know that. It wasn't nobody better than him in the West as a player. Nobody. But it didn't mean that it was a whole bunch of great basketball players. Remember, Tim Duncan's still there. Carmelo, whole bunch of these niggas. And their teams was good. Shit, great at periods of times. Better than the Lakers. But they had that one guy, and his name was fucking Kobe Bryant. So, let's stop. And then over the East, LeBron James, we could look over the East through some of them years. They were trying to, listen, the game was trying to push him to be the great, but he ain't had that dog in him. Like a Dirk Rose or motherfucking Dwayne Wade. We all know. Come on now. Let's just be real. The reason LeBron James get pushed to this point and hit like up to where he is. Listen, number one, he played and he had this aura coming out of high school. We get that. And then he did do some things. Nobody's taken away from his greatness. And let's just be real. I don't know if LeBron James was even that great in the East. Paul Pierce was still doing his thing. Like, I don't know if he was better than Paul Pierce in some of them years. But let's just be real, bro. And you talking about D Rose, nigga, like, come on. Listen, you don't know about D Rose? Okay. Okay. Go back, do your homework. Okay. That man was like that. He ain't never get hurt. I don't know. We talking about LeBron James like this. Niggas shit on even KD at this point. Do you know how fucking great KD was when he was with the Thunder? Do y'all understand? Still great, but I'm a young KD. But the thing was, he was in the West. Him and Melo get a bad rap of how great they was. They was better than LeBron James in some of those years. That everybody kept pushing LeBron James on this pedestal, and he the next one. He the king. They promoted him great. Don't get me wrong. They supposed to did that. But let's be real. For some of them years, we know he definitely wasn't better than Kobe. I don't give a fuck if he can get the MVPs. We all know how that is, the politics. Right? And all the motherfuckers that disrespect Kobe back in the day, didn't like Kobe, now all of a sudden kiss his ass when he's getting ready to lead a game, and when he left the game, and when he died. We all know, motherfuckers, politics, we get it. Now, in some years that KD was better than LeBron. It was some years that Carmelo was better than him. It was years that motherfucking Dwayne Wade was better than LeBron James. It was some years that D Rose was better than him. And then you got Kobe Bean Bryant. Still in the mix of that shit, and still that motherfucking dude. He was still the best player in the league for years. Don't tell me about all the fucking finals LeBron James went to. So what? He lost them. So his teams was bad. Kobe teams was bad. Listen, Kobe couldn't take as fucked up as his team was. Kobe Bryant's team was worse than LeBron James' teams that he was taking to the finals. You know, only thing Kobe could do, didn't make the playoffs or got swept or didn't make it past the first round. Maybe the second round. Go look at those times. And the West was deep like that. Like, stop the nonsense. And I'm going to be very, very real about this. LeBron James, my honest, genuine opinion, because I watched this shit. I watched all the games. I watched when these niggas, when Kobe first got in the league, and I watched when LeBron got in the league, and I've been watching basketball since then. And I'm telling y'all, LeBron James was never better than Kobe Bryant in any of those years. Maybe, I don't say any, maybe four times out of those years. The time he came in the league and Kobe was in the league, and after Kobe, well, you know, for a couple of years. Let me put it this way. Whenever Kobe got that Achilles heel when he tore his Achilles, he got hurt. Put it that way. My mind running real fast. People got to slow down. Trying to think what year was that. Whenever Kobe got hurt, that's when LeBron James became the best player in the world. That's when he became the face. He was never the face of the NBA. But when Kobe Bryant was playing, he was never. Before Kobe got hurt, he was never the face of the league. They were trying to push him to be the face of the league, but he was never the face of the league. He was never the best player in the league in all those years. It's a lie. It's a myth. It's that shit that LeBron James paid his publishing, whoever, to get these niggas to say that. They are lying. And all them niggas know they lying. Listen, LeBron James was mad humble back in the day when it came to Kobe Bryant. He knew that he wasn't better than Kobe Bryant. And I respected him saying he's the best right now. He's the best in our league. And he knew that. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that Kobe Bryant was the goddamn face. Everybody knew in the game of basketball that Kobe Bryant was the best player in the fucking league. Everybody knew that. He didn't have to win MVPs. We all knew it was politics playing. We all knew that the players told you, nigga, Kobe was a different nigga. He wasn't Michael Jordan. Even Michael Jordan was a little bit more friendlier to the media than Kobe. So Kobe was different from even Michael when it came to the media. Let me tell y'all something. Put y'all on game. You know how when Stephen A. Smith came out, disrespected, well, not disrespected, but I feel like it was unnecessary. When he did that shit to Jaylen Brown and said, Jaylen Brown, they think that he's too arrogant. He think he's the smartest person in the room. Who the fuck y'all think Kobe Bryant was? See, Kobe didn't have to go to college because he was already intelligent. This nigga was over in Europe or some fucking where already. This nigga knew 4 or 5 languages. Kobe was very fucking intelligent. It was like he was already in college before he even came back to America to play in high school. You don't think that they thought the same shit about Kobe Bryant? The media and a lot of these executives and shit thought that about Kobe? That they think about Jaylen Brown? Now, I'm not saying as a basketball player he's Kobe Bryant. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying as far as his intellect. or how he carry himself. When I see Jaylen Brown, he reminds me of Kobe of far as how he moves. And his intellect. Kobe's very, very intelligent. But the one thing about Kobe was that he could play that motherfucking game of basketball. He was the best in the world at that time of doing what he was doing. Nobody was better than him. Like, stop it. Stop disrespecting the fucking Mamba, man. With this whole notion. LeBron went to non-finals. So what? He didn't win. He ain't had no dog in him. That's why he didn't win. He probably had way more champions. He probably had Bill Russell numbers, nigga. When it comes to championship, if he had some dog in him. Fuck are you talking about? Let's just be real. We're going to stop this shit. We're going to stop playing these games of how great LeBron did. LeBron wasn't never the face of the league until Kobe Bryant got hurt. When he tore Tequila Hills or some shit, I'm not saying it wrong, people. I can't even get the word out. Until that, he wasn't even the best until that injury happened. Then he became the face. Now he can push on. Now you think the decline of Kobe wasn't the same after that. Then you can be like, all right, yeah, it's LeBron. But if Kobe was still, that wouldn't have happened to him, and Kobe had kept still playing, LeBron would have never been the face of the goddamn league until Kobe left. Stop it. I don't give a fuck what the media tried to push. We know what LeBron Peoples was doing behind the scenes. We already know this. Stop it. I know this thing they like to put out here, talk about who's more clutch. And everybody will pick Kobe or Jordan over LeBron. But then they say, well, the statistics, the numbers show that LeBron hit more game winners and all that other bullshit. Lucky shots. The nigga couldn't shoot. A lot of that shit was luck. I'm going to tell you something about Kobe and Mike, nigga. They used to practice those type of shots. They used to take them because they missed so many of them. And still was confident when they was practicing them. So when they got in the game, nigga, they were like, nigga, I can hit these shots because I know I can hit them. Even though I missed more than I made. You think they made all them fucking game buzzer beaters when they practicing them? Hell no. LeBron wasn't up practicing no game winners, nigga. He was scared to take game winners. Teammates was probably pushing this nigga to take these shots. You ever seen, when you seen Michael and seen Kobe, when they hit game winners, nigga, they was, told y'all. Me love, nigga. Y'all know. Y'all know who I am. Go watch the tapes. When LeBron hit them bitches, he was running. Oh! Because he couldn't believe he hit him. He was shocked. Kobe hit them bitches. What'd I tell you? You see Mike, same shit. Y'all know. Fuck out of here. Stop. Listen. You know what I do love when it comes to the Michael Jacksons of the world? Like in that industry of that shit. Nigga, don't nobody disrespect Mike. Nobody disrespect Michael Jackson, nigga. They know, everybody know better who. Here and there, they might throw Prince. Right? They might throw Prince. But everybody know who the fuck Michael Jackson is. No disrespect. R.I.P. to Prince, man. One of the greatest. Come on now. Like one of the greatest artists of all time. Top 5. That motherfucker. But he ain't Mike. And nobody in their right damn mind disrespects Michael Jordan like that. Michael Jackson like that. Nobody in their right mind would disrespect. Nigga, come on. Stop. And it's the same thing in the situation with Michael Jordan. Nigga, stop. Stop with the LeBron shit. He is not Michael Jordan. He is not Kobe Bryant. He would never be on those guys' level. It's like that. It's like this shit when I talk about Pac. Like, nigga, we know, okay, Biggie, we get it, nigga, but he ain't Pac. I love DMX, nigga. He the closest thing. He like the Kobe Bryant to the rap shit. He probably the closest to come to the great. LeBron is probably Biggie. He great, but is he really? No. God rest their souls. But the only nigga that came close to like on some pop shit is DMX. Like, let's just stop. DMX is the Kobe to this shit. Hey, stop it. Them dudes is on another level. No, I'm sorry. Listen. Biggie might be the prince to this shit. But listen, man, everybody know damn well it is a few guys that you just don't fucking touch. Because number one, you're not worthy of putting these dudes in the same atmosphere of these dudes. Michael Jackson, Tupac, Michael Jordan, them niggas is over there, bro. DMX, Kobe Bryant, and listen, and Prince, they in the room, but they're not them guys. But they in the room with them niggas. LeBron James, fucking Jay-Z, and did I say LeBron James, Jay-Z, and I'm missing one in the R&B shit. Listen, let's just say like, trying to think like a third person that's like really big like that. Everybody know, come on, man. Yeah, they great, but they ain't those guys. They're not in that room. They great, but they're not in that room. And let's stop it. LeBron James is great, man, but he's not. Listen, I don't even got him over Tim Duncan. And let's just be real. It was some real shit. And I think it was Magic Johnson. Until you get 5, you can't talk to me. And that's my model. I don't give a fuck about all. Listen, statistics matter partly. But the one statistics does matter. And that's championships. Until you got 5, you can't have a conversation of putting any random great player in the top 5. People keep forgetting. LeBron James got the same championships as Shaquille O'Neal and Stephen Curry, nigga. What we talking about here? You can't be up there with the GOATs, man. Because anybody in that top 5 that got them 5 championships, and it ain't just about the championship, then you start talking about statistics. You can't be in that room with them GOATs. You're just trying to get there. And let me explain something to you. Let me tell you the difference between all those guys that I got in my top 5. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and Tim Duncan. Let me tell you something about all those guys. It was the people that was around them and even the media would say, those guys is great. That's top 5. Still to this day, even with Kobe, you got the Charles Barkley, some of the dudes, they don't even put Kobe in the top 5. Because I guarantee you, if Kobe would have never lost, he just had 5, he was 5-0, it wouldn't have mattered, but he lost 2. That's part of it. But they don't consider that with the other guys. And what hurts Kobe a lot of the times with a lot of the older guys, right, is that he mimicked Michael. He was the next Michael. He's the closest thing to Michael. So they like, all right, I see that you're not the first. I can see how some of them old dudes put Kobe like in a lower tier. I can see that. But we kind of seen a LeBron before. He's a mixture of things. It's like Kobe was. So, nigga, before it was a LeBron, it was a Magic. Like, listen, let me just be very, very honest about this. Niggas don't even put Dr. J in their top 10. Like, let's be real. And you think because we don't think that Dr. J was great? No, it was about them championships. But we know that Dr. J is in that top 20. Like, let's be real. There wouldn't be no Michael Jordan without Dr. J. Let's just be real. All that shit you see Mike doing, Kobe did, all that shit. Dr. J, nigga, was doing that, nigga, floating through the air with big ass hands and long ass arms, hooking other niggas. Hey, man. Like, being real. That's why I told you, Gilbert Arenas don't be genuine. Nigga be hating on the old school, but you wasn't even a top 10 player. I ain't gonna say that. You probably was a top 10 player maybe a couple of years, but you never was a top 5 player. Let's be real. Everybody know how great AI was, right? Everybody know how great AI was, right? You know why nobody got AI in their top 10? It's because he didn't win no championships. The numbers is that we know about AI, nigga. We know the politics that play with AI too. How they kind of, you call it blackball. They did the same shit to Carmelo. There's some dudes that they blackball, but there's certain niggas like Kobe, they blackballed him, but in a different way. That's why niggas disrespect Kobe now. Even though they try to kiss his ass, but at the same time disrespect them to throw somebody like LeBron James over top of Kobe fucking Bryant, man. Kobe was good for 15 to 16 years. 16 years, Kobe was the shit. Last 4 years, I get it. He might have been good for 17. The last 3 years of his career, we get it. He got hurt. Kobe always played hurt. And still was better than these niggas. Like, stop. Kobe always gets shady. You hear Gilbert Arenas in them say, because the first 3 championships with Shaq. Shaq wouldn't have won them championships without Kobe Bryant, man. You ain't talk about Penny Hardaway, how great Penny Hardaway was. Listen, whatever, nigga. Penny was like that. Don't get me wrong. He wasn't Kobe. He wasn't Kobe. You had a young Shaq, a young Penny. They didn't win. You had a little bit more mature Shaq and a young Kobe, and they won. Now tell me what. I actually go a little bit more credit for Shaq because, you know, he grown up and got mature. But Shaq always been dominant. Shaq only really got his ass busted by one person. Well, two people. Michael Jordan and motherfucking Hakeem the Dream. That's it. Then nobody was fucking with Shaq. Shaq was the best. He was at least the top 3 best player in the league when Michael was playing. Like, let's be real. Then you got to think about Grant Hill came in the game. Nigga, Grant Hill was killing. But Shaq was still better than them niggas. Shaq was top 3. Why you fucking with Shaq, nigga? Shaq been great a long time. That's why I keep trying to tell people, like, when it really counted, when Shaq was supposed to be on his game, that famous shit went to him. Shaq was the most, listen, outside of Jordan, Shaq was the most popular motherfucker in the league. And then you throw AI in there. Everybody knew Shaq. Shaq was commercial. Shaq was middle class. Shaq was hood. Like, Shaq was like that, nigga. Like, people be sleeping on how great Shaq was. But that money got to him. He got a little older. He wasn't the same, bro. Picking up all that weight. Come on, man. If Shaq would just stayed in shape like he did in his younger days, yo, telling y'all, man. Listen, if Shaq, listen, boy. If Shaq would have just put that work in like he's supposed to, like Kobe was asking him to, we're having a whole different discussion about who the greatest basketball player was. We know Shaq was dominant. We're talking about the greatest basketball player at this point. If Shaq told you, Kobe told you, nigga, if Shaq would have just listened to Kobe, nigga, him and Kobe probably could have won 9 or 10 championships, bro. Now we're having a whole different discussion about Shaq, and he's still number 6 to me. I'm not putting LeBron over him. What? No, I'll put LeBron over him. He's number 7. I'll put LeBron number 6. But he's still a top 10 greatest basketball player. Niggas, come on. Nigga, we'll be talking about Shaq. We talking about him and Jordan. Kobe might have would have got outshined by Shaq. Like, let's be real. Kobe might have not been a Laker. If Shaq would have just listened to Kobe and stayed in shape and they'd have kept winning, at the while, Kobe would have probably wanted to leave. Because that's the type of mind Kobe had. So then we might be talking about Kobe even different. Because he had a resume for championships. Ain't nothing for him to go prove unless to go maybe win without Shaq. Maybe 1 or 2, maybe. Like, we don't know. Like, it is what it is. We're talking this shit different. Like, we got MJ as the greatest basketball player of all time. A lot of us. Some got LeBron, and you know, nobody got Kobe Bryant as the greatest basketball player. We know that. Kobe is in that 3 round. 1 to 3. 3 to 1. But a lot of motherfuckers, like, we're talking about this whole dynamic differently if Shaq would have just listened to Kobe. And then we don't know how great Kobe would have been. Like, he probably would have been even bigger than he was. But sooner or later, Shaq would have broke down a little bit, and Kobe would have had to take over. So then, a lot of those championships at the end, niggas couldn't talk about that shit. But like I said, it means more to me that Kobe won 2 without Shaq. That's why I'm saying people don't give Kobe his props. Like, nigga, he went out and won 2 without Shaq. So for niggas to be like, oh, well, Kobe, like Gilbert Arenas talk about, oh, Kobe, you know, he had Shaq in them 3. So, hold up. Matter of fact, do we say the same shit about Magic? Because let's be real. We know Magic wasn't scoring like that. We know he was passing the ball. We know how great Magic was, and they won championships. Kareem was older, but he wasn't scoring as much as Kareem. Kareem was still sky hooking them niggas. James Worthy, all them niggas. Magic wasn't scoring like that. But nobody go at the Magic like that. So we not going at the Kobe like that, nigga. You niggas didn't, listen, I'll put it this way. Kareem was already at the Lakers. They wasn't winning without motherfucking Magic Johnson or rookie. Shaq didn't win without a young Kobe. Stop it. Fuck out of here. You're not gonna put an asterisk on motherfucking Kobe Bryant because he played with Shaq. Shaq didn't win until they put Kobe Bryant in the goddamn starting lineup and they start winning. Championship bound. People keep forgetting. Kobe didn't play for 2 years. And they wasn't winning. No chips. Kobe getting that motherfucking lineup, shit change. Shit change. Fuck are you talking about? You don't win without Kobe. Shaq don't win no championships without Kobe. And if you're going to put an asterisk on Kobe, you put an asterisk on Shaq. Shaq don't win without Kobe. And if you want to do this talking about, oh, well, Kobe was robbing. He the best goddamn robbing. He's better than Scottie Pippen. How about that? Did Scottie win without motherfucking Mike? Hell no. Fuck are we talking about? Stop disrespecting Kobe Bryant and stop lying about LeBron James. I know he done put this shit out here and everybody got to act like LeBron, he's breaking all these records, he's great. We know he's great, but we know that LeBron doing fuck shit behind the scenes. To pretend that he's greater than everybody else. And he's not. Let me put y'all on game. 5. When Kobe left, when Shaq left, and Kobe stayed, rebuilt, all he got was Paul Gasol. They drafted Andrew Bynum. Here and there, they got Ron Artest, a couple other niggas. Right? Kobe didn't have to create a fucking super team to win 2 championships. He could have won 3. But a lot of them dudes wasn't ready when they faced Boston the first time. Right? Because they ain't never been in that position. Okay? He didn't have to go to another team to create a super team to win 2 championships. And mind you, he never left the West. And the West always been tough. Always. They've always been the tougher division. LeBron James had the team wasn't all that good. They still couldn't win. For 9 years, Now, mind you, LeBron James decides to get up, leave, and stay in the Eastern Conference and go get up with his homeboys to win championships. How many did he win? I'll wait. How many did he win? 2. He won 2 championships with a super team. You put Kobe Bryant on that team with Dwayne Wade and motherfucking Chris Bosh and see how many championships they would have won. That cancels all you LeBron James dumbass bullshit. What the fuck are y'all talking about? This nigga won with Shaq and he was young. You putting a damn near almost prime Kobe Bryant with a fucking Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami? And they only gonna win 2? You stupid. Kobe probably would have 3-peated. Fuck is wrong with you? As any matter of fact, since it was like that, since Kobe is this sidekick motherfucker, name a team that 3-peated since Kobe and Shaq. Name all these. Name your favorite player. Okay, we can't listen. Stop trying to have conversations with me about LeBron and Kobe. They're not the same. They're not the same players. LeBron James is not on his level. This is why I can discredit who LeBron James as a basketball is. He's not on Kobe level. I don't even want to mention him with Mike. That's Mike. He the GOAT. He's not better than Kobe. And I stand on that. I don't give a damn about all the statistics. All the records he breaking. Nigga, all I know, Kobe won 2 championships without Shaq, without a super team. LeBron James had a fucked up team for years, claiming 9 years straight, didn't win nothing. Then he go to a super team. He lose the first year of that super team. And then he come back and he won 2 straight. But that's it? With a super team? And you swap Kobe with, I guarantee they win. More than 2. This nigga had Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol is the only Hall of Famer he got on his team. Chris Bosh is a Hall of Famer. Dwayne Wade is a Hall of Famer. All the niggas that came on there, a lot of them niggas is Hall of Famers. Gary Payton, Hall of Famers, even though they old. Like, you had Hall of Famers surrounding you, had veterans. Kobe ain't had that. Fuck are we talking about? Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, we're back from a quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button. Make sure you guys donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. Listen, I didn't say shout out to my brother talking to the building. Shout out to my brother game in the building. Listen, I'm not saying LeBron James' teams was great in Cleveland the first 9 years. I'm not saying that. But neither was Kobe Bryant shit at the Shaq left. And then when they were rebuilding and they put a team together, he won with Paul Gasol and Andrew Bynum. Like, people acting like he was surrounded by these great fucking players. He wasn't. Everybody in their right goddamn mind. Nobody saying Paul Gasol wasn't skilled, had no skills. He wasn't a Hall of Famer. How much y'all want to bet if he would have never came over there to the Lakers and he continued to play wherever the fuck he played or wherever he went or whatever? Nobody would have even thought about considering Paul Gasol as a Hall of Famer. Paul Gasol said it. Kobe Bryant made me a Hall of Famer. The fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody asking Dwayne Wade, did LeBron James make you a Hall of Famer? Fuck no. Chris Bosh. Fuck no. The fuck out of here. Chris Bosh got 2 championships. But before he even went there, nigga, he was considered top 10 best players in the league. He might not win no championships, but he'd have been on the Carmelo type of shit. Carmelo is getting ready to be a Hall of Famer. He played with an AI that they was blackballing. Kenyon Martin. Shout out to Kenyon Martin. But come on, man. Hey, stop. I told y'all, the most overrated basketball player I have ever seen in my life is LeBron James and motherfucking Russell Westbrook. They are the most overrated basketball players I have ever seen in my life. Like, seriously, bro. Them dudes they get way too much praise. Way too much. Praise for being damn near just mediocre. They are just God-gifted talent that just only goes off of their talent. Like Russell Westbrook, think about it, ain't nothing skilled about Russell Westbrook. Ain't no skills. That nigga run off, listen, he got a tank. That's, shout out to him for keeping his body intact and shit. I'm not saying he don't work on shit. But he's not skilled. Come on. But shout out to Russell Westbrook. No disrespect to Russell. I don't want to disrespect Russell like that. But Russell Westbrook is overrated. But niggas don't disrespect Russell in that way because we know that he worked hard. Like I'm talking about, you see it on the floor. So nobody disrespect Russell in that way. We not disrespect Russell. I ain't trying to disrespect Russell in that way, but he's overrated. Come on, man. Like when we start talking, like niggas talking about, is Russell Westbrook greater than Allen Iverson? No. Now you look at statistics, maybe. You probably be like, oh, well, let's just say this. Okay. They both been to the same goddamn finals. But we know that Allen Iverson had a way more better impact than fucking Russell Westbrook in the whole entire league. Only way that Russell Westbrook can separate himself of being better than fucking Allen Iverson is that he win a chip. And that's just real. You just keep breaking records and doing all that shit. I mean, come on, bro. Get all the records in the world. It don't mean shit. Yo, you ain't winning them when it really counts. And LeBron James breaking all these records, but when it really counted, when you start talking about them greats, them goats, because LeBron is great. He ain't a goat. I'm sick of motherfuckers saying that. He ain't a GOAT. It's GOATs that's already there. He ain't a GOAT yet. He great. Nigga, you gotta win championships. You break all the records you want to break. Shit, it look like Joker could do some shit that Russell Westbrook did. Like, what are you talking about? And it's harder for a big man than a fucking point guard or a shooting guard. Oscar Robertson did it first, and then it was Russell Westbrook. If Jokic want to start putting some statistics up there, and he can do that, ain't nobody. Listen, nigga, we can start talking about the Joker. Like, hey, man, he breaking records out this bitch. 2-time MVP, 1-time champion. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he can rate average a triple-double this year. Maybe. I think. I got to look at it. Come on, man. What y'all talking about? Like, statistics matter, but in certain situations it matters. Because you just can't just go off of niggas breaking records all the time. Because the one thing at the end that does matter is championships. If you look at the statistics of Bill Russell, he got all them championships, but it's statistics of all the other things. It's like, all right, nigga, okay, they cool. You won them championships. And listen, can we be real? Like, it's film of this shit. I don't know Bill Russell was the best player on that team. I really genuinely don't think that. If we gonna criticize Kobe for being with Shaq for winning 3, we gotta criticize Bill Russell. That's why nobody on Real Talk think that Bill Russell is ever one of the GOATs or the GOAT. Because you could be a part of the GOATs, but you and then you got the GOAT. That guy. Listen, no, man. Let's just be real about that. But anyway, let's get back into the shit, people. I'm sorry I went off because I get tired of that conversation. Niggas keep on trying to bring up LeBron as the greatest basketball player. He's not. He's not. I don't give a fuck about his statistics. Not all the time. All that shit don't matter all the time. Sometimes, bro, listen. We know when shit really matters and what counts. LeBron James never stepped up when it really matters to me. It's an eye test sometimes. Sometimes it's about, nigga, how you do shit. That's why right now, KD, we wouldn't even be talking, we wouldn't be disrespecting KD, right? We disrespect or not giving him his props if KD go win another championship or 2. But it's because of that Golden State shit. Everybody, come on, man. Y'all got to stop. We do that shit to KD, but we won't do it to LeBron. And then people like, oh, well, he won outside of that. Listen, nigga, he still needed a super team. Nigga still needed Kyrie and Kevin Love. Nigga, what you talking about? In Cleveland. Then you go to LA. Nigga, you won a championship in a bubble. You ain't got to worry about the crowd. Nigga, you playing. Basically, what they was basically doing, people was playing gym basketball. They didn't have to worry about the media, none of that pressure that comes with the media. Actually, they had to deal with none of that shit. And listen, he won it. I give him that. But it's an asterisk. If we're gonna do that to KD in the Golden State ship, that's an asterisk too. He get an asterisk for that last championship he got. The fuck are we talking about? Stop it, man. And don't lie and say, oh, the media not pressuring you, you doing interviews and all that other shit that don't pressure you. That shit don't have no pressure on these players. It's a lie. They ain't had to deal with none of that shit in the bubble. It's like going to the gym playing basketball, nigga. No pressure. Weird shit. Like, motherfuckers don't be honest no more. Everybody want to just live in this fantasy world. Just like that bubble was a fantasy world. Nigga, they was actually genuinely at Disneyland. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Stop. Let's move on, bro. Let's move on. Stop telling me about LeBron. Like, yo, he's not on that level, man.
And I think,
oh shit, hold on, bro. Hold on, y'all. I think I fucked up. Hold on. There we go.
Including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about it. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair and his tiny whiteies on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a
Yeah,
chance.
like,
But you're
dude, like relax, bro. Like relax.
And let me say this. A part of what LeBron James just said is true, but the other part is you trolling too, bro. Because you didn't have to do this interview. You didn't have to do this interview with Pat McAfee. You didn't have to do that, bro. You didn't. And let me say something. LeBron James is a very highly intelligent dude. He's been in this game 20-something years. And I mean over 20-something years because in high school, he know how this shit work. Listen, he done set his people up in this shit. So he know how this shit works. You know you going on Pat McAfee show before Stephen A. Smith shit. And you know that they're going to ask you these questions. You fucking LeBron James, bro. We're not talking about some random basketball player that they don't know. I didn't know you was going to. Come on, man. It's a fucking LeBron James. He doesn't do interviews like that. It's like a Kobe Bryant. Like, Kobe didn't do interviews like that, nigga. He didn't do them. Nigga, it was like a blessing to get a motherfucker dude like Kobe or Michael. Shit, even to get Tim Duncan, nigga. You can't get Tim Duncan to do interviews like that, nigga. Like, real talk. Like, some of these niggas are different. LeBron James is one of those guys. Okay? Stop. You know what you was doing, bro. Don't say like, oh, you knew that he was going. I don't know his intentions of letting this shit linger like this, but don't lie and say, oh, he's just waiting on for me to react. You know this about this. You know this about him. So before you even just said what you said, you knew this already. So you already planned because you already knew that he was going to reply. So LeBron James is being disingenuous. I just want to be very honest about that. Come on, bro. Stop. You trolling too, bro. Come on, man. Let's move on, y'all.
Tidy Whitey's comment was funny because I don't wear tidy Whiteys. Let you figure out why that is. But moving on from that particular subject.
What? Your comeback is that comment about tidy Whiteys was funny. I don't wear tidy Whiteys. I'll let you figure that out. Or why I don't. What? See, I told you this nigga is corny. I told you Stephen A. Smith is corny. Listen, even the Lord, listen. LeBron James, the comment about the tidy Whiteys wasn't all that hilarious. It wasn't funny at all to me. Right? But it was more some shit that I could understand that was like, all right, I get it a little bit. I could chuckle. What are you doing, Stephen A? Hey, let's move on. I told you this nigga, this is a corny ass dude, man. Let's move on.
I don't happen to consider anything that LeBron has said a laughing matter. So y'all wanted me to be serious, I'll be serious. And I know there's some people out there that's going to be like, oh, I'm milking the story for all it's worth. Well, I've been winning in television for quite some time. I don't need an incident like this to talk about LeBron, and I don't need an incident like this to get ratings. LeBron gives us plenty of ammunition to talk about him, both good and bad. So let's get that out the way first. Let's also get out the way that major props to Pat McAfee for getting that interview. There's a lot of people that's been texting me, and he's a teammate. He's on ESPN. Why would he do that? Please, y'all, be quiet.
Listen, you see how he kissing them white people ass? You see how he's a boy. This dude can't help himself from being a sellout. Pat McAfee came over that bitch and took a lot of Stephen A. Smith shine away from him. Now, I understand something. I'm going to tell y'all something. That's why you think Stephen A. Smith created, a part of the reason why he created this YouTube channel. Yeah, part of it is good business, a good business move, good promotional move. And he was in the situation with negotiating with ESPN. So, yeah, I get it. But the other part was because Pat McAfee can come over on that network, cuss, curse, and can't do none of that shit that this pussy motherfucker can't do. They let the white man come over there, curse, cuss, and do whatever he want to do on live program. You've been there for years. You've been a journalist for years. You've been bringing revenue to that company for years, and they won't even allow you to curse on that show. I wonder why. So you get on your little platform here, you do all the little cursing you does and all the little inconvenient bullshit that you does because somehow you worked it out with saying, well, should be able to say certain things on my platform. I get it. But you can't do it on your show that been longer than Pat McAfee shit. Think about this clown ass nigga. This nigga, he don't fool me, y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Let's move on.
Pat McAfee did nothing wrong. Pat McAfee did his job. Pat McAfee has a show that airs on ESPN. You have an opportunity to get LeBron James. You take him. I don't give a damn who you are. This is one of the greatest players in the history of basketball.
Hold on. Let me say, I seen some shit in the chat. Motherfucker said Kobe Bryant was not that good in his early years. Listen, bro. Are you crazy? I did not say. First of all, yo. Let me ask you a question. Since you want to say some stupid shit out your mouth, what I say about Kobe Bryant? I said Shaq did not win until they started Kobe Bryant, and Kobe sat out for 2 years. Well, not sit out, but he didn't start for 2 years. He actually got treated like a fucking rookie. But I think if he would have played, if you go back and look at LeBron James, a lot of niggas come out of our school, they don't play good that first year like that. LeBron didn't play. He wasn't better than Carmelo. Carmelo supposed to won a Rookie of the Year. These are facts. He only got that shit because of the simple fact that they was already trying to make LeBron James the face of the NBA. Excuse me. They were promoting him. LeBron James wasn't better than motherfucking Kobe Bryant in his first year. He wasn't better than Carmelo in his first year. Carmelo was better than him. I did not say Kobe Bryant was better than somebody in his first 2 years that he didn't play. I never said that. Oh, he was shooting air balls. Fuck they got to do with anything. I said they didn't start winning until Kobe started. Check my shit and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I said until they put Kobe Bryant in that starting lineup, Shaq didn't win shit. Tell me when I was wrong about what I said. The fuck are you talking about? And them air balls you talking about, he didn't start. Fuck is you talking about? listen, the whole dick riding that people does for LeBron James, this shit is getting disturbing. You can't even be honest about facts. Listen. I hate to go down this. I don't like going down this road, but I have to do this. Listen, Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player of all times. I got him over Jordan, nigga. I love Kobe. That's my guy, man. God rest the Mamba, nigga. I'm a girl dad because of him. Like, that's my dude. I've been following Kobe since high school. And I'll be 44 years old this year. What are you talking about? That's my guy. I would never say he better than Michael Jordan. I'm gonna go for how much I love Kobe Bryant. I know better. You LeBron James niggas will not stop for trying to say this nigga's better than somebody. You know better. He's not. You know better. Your favorite player, you niggas so biased. Your bias come out because you so biased. That's like me sitting here and saying that I'm the biggest Tank Davis fan. That's like me saying he's better than goddamn. Listen, he's better than Floyd Mayweather. Are you fucking stupid? Are you stupid? The crazy shit about it, y'all know who my favorite fucking fighter is of all time? Floyd Mayweather. But I would never say, listen, I love Tank. I would never say fucking Tank is better than Floyd Mayweather. Nigga, are you crazy? Are you stupid? You listen, you LeBron James, y'all gotta stop with this bias shit, bro. Stop being so damn biased. You can love a fucking fighter. I mean, you can love a player, love a fighter, love an athlete. You can love these people. They could be your favorite, but that don't mean they're greater than the greats. They're just not better. They right there, but they just not better. Like, be honest. Stop this shit. Let's move on, man. Fuck that got to do with the air ball shit. Got nothing to do with it. I said Shaq didn't win until Kobe got in that starting lineup. These are facts. It ain't nothing to talk about no fucking air balls. I didn't say that Kobe was better in his younger years. Listen, when Kobe started, yes, he was better. When him and Shaq started winning, yes, he was better. And that was in his youngest years. You keep acting like Kobe was this old nigga. He came fresh out of high school. So you figure the first 2 years, when Kobe got in the league, he was still 17 years old. Motherfuckers don't remember that. He was 17 years old when he got drafted. Fuck are y'all talking about? So by the time Kobe won his first championship, he barely was 20, if I'm mistaken. What y'all talking about? Stop, man. Let's move on.
You have an opportunity to get him, you get him. And I didn't think that Pat McAfee disrespected me or did me wrong in any way. He did his job, and I got no problems with it. My issues are with LeBron James.
I bet it is.
And I just want to say for the record, LeBron James.
And let me say, did you ever notice he always got this real true beef with black people? Right? We can disagree. We may not have to like each other a lot of the time, but he really has an issue with the black man. But that white racist that came on his show, did an interview with him, he dick rided that whole interview with that racist piece of shit, Ben Shapiro. You ever seen that? Go back and look at it. This is what I be saying about Stephen A. It's a certain level of how the level of animosity that you have towards your own people. But them white men can call you out your name and you laugh it off. I mean, I know you call plenty of people assholes or something like that. You let that man disrespect you. LeBron James just approached you. Said some few words for you. That nobody knows what he said other than you and him. Whoever's in that space still didn't come out until you said something about it. You could have left it on video. You didn't do that because you wanted to make a story about it. LeBron James ain't never say nothing about it. That's another thing that people don't really realize. LeBron, he confronted Stephen A. See, he never said anything about the situation. Stephen A. did. That's why I told you, partly was what LeBron said when you heard that clip. He's not lying about Stephen A. This nigga couldn't wait. That nigga ego was bruised when LeBron James approached him. And he had to cower down like a bitch that he is. But you're going to watch the tough Tony talk that he talked. Even his own co-host tell him, nigga, come on, man, stop. You tripping. Stop talking like you like that. But Stephen A. Smith ain't had to talk about this. I don't give a fuck the video was out there. You know what Stephen A. could have did? Stephen A. Smith could have been like, yeah, LeBron, we just talked. There was some, he was angering me about something. He said what he said, but you know, it is what it is. Now, mind you, LeBron James only addressed this one time. This is what y'all just get ready to see. This is why LeBron James is right about Stephen A. When the shit happened, right? Nobody kind of really knew too much till the video came out. Then what Stephen A. Smith does, he said, I couldn't wait till this shit came out. He got on ESPN and he started talking about it. LeBron James ain't reply, say nothing. After that, he went on the Gilbert Arena show, talk gangster, talk tough. That's 2 times in a row. LeBron James ain't say nothing about this situation. Right? Then after he does that, I think a comment came out of when I talked about it, as I think D Wade and them on Mello podcast, they said that they talked about the situation. Then he talked about it the 3rd time. Mind you, LeBron James ain't say shit about this situation. Not a damn thing. Stephen A. Smith 3 times straight talked about the situation. He could have left that shit alone. He could have made up some shit like, hey, listen, man, he said some things to me. I ain't like it, but, you know, it is what it is between me and LeBron. It is what it is. But he didn't do that. Trying to tell y'all, man. And then when LeBron come out this time and say something, because LeBron probably like, hey, man, this nigga running around here, like, come on. LeBron say something. And LeBron trolling too. LeBron say something going Pat McAfee shit, troll him even better, even more. What Stephen A. Smith does, he don't even wait a day. He wait 1 day. And his ass is back out talking about this shit again. So when LeBron James tell you, partly he's been disingenuous, but the other part is he not wrong. This motherfucker can't wait for LeBron James to say something. Because LeBron James only said one thing about this situation was on the Pat McAfee show. Come on, bro. People. Stephen A. Smith is not a good dude, man. And this nigga gonna talk about LeBron James, how he does this shit behind the scenes. And listen, partly it may be true. I believe some of it may be true. But Stephen A., who are you to criticize that when you are just as disingenuous as you're trying to say LeBron James is? But let's move on.
Is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar.
Mm.
And he went on national television today and he lied again. You see, when he approached me while I was sitting courtside at that game against the New York Knicks, when he rolled up on me, I didn't know he was going to roll up on me. I had no idea. But when he said what he had to say, I was in no position to give any kind of retort without making a scene. It was during the third quarter. It was fresh out of a timeout. It was
First of all, Stephen A. Smith, you didn't make a scene because you're a coward. Let me explain something to you. Listen, I fuck with LeBron as a person. LeBron James can't roll up on me like that. I don't give a fuck how big he is. You roll up on me at a game. Nigga, what? You said what? Nigga, that ain't say no shit like you said nothing. You said that you didn't say nothing. Because you didn't say nothing because you didn't expect it, number one. Then number two, you said you had a thought process that you got all the cameras around. You explained the situation, nigga. You just ain't got no balls. LeBron James is not approaching me like that, bro. Without me saying something back. When he walked on, I would say, well, nigga, we can talk about this shit later. It gonna be something. LeBron James said what he said and walked the fuck off, and you shut your bitch ass down. Fuck are you talking about? But listen how the tough Tony gangster nigga want to come out and talk about how gangster he is. Making up scenarios and shit that he know that wasn't gonna happen. And then he made up a scenario about this situation that he said he know. Then he said he made up a scenario and then admit that it wasn't gonna happen. Not because he's going. It's some tough shit that he's gonna try to get into, because he know that ain't LeBron. And then the nigga try to play victim of calling LeBron James a bully. Oh, come on, you coward ass nigga. All that tough shit you be talking on that show, you get in person with a motherfucker, and now you worrying about the cameras. Now you worrying about your bosses. Now you want to hide behind your job. But your job is to talk tough. This nigga, unbelievable. He's unbelievable, people. Let's move on.
Walk into the basketball court. It was on national television. The cameras were rolling. And had I done something, what do y'all want me to do? You want me to act? You want this to be a reincarnation of Chris Rock and Will Smith? And let me state for the record that while we bring up that, let me assure you, it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten.
Hold on. You on social media, listening to people on social media telling you that you like a bitch ass nigga, or they would have did something different. Listen, I wouldn't have said I was gonna put hands on LeBron if he approached me, but I ain't even thinking about that. I'm thinking about if this nigga approached me on that tough shit like that. Hey, nigga, LeBron, who the fuck you talking to like that, bro? I never said that. I never disrespect your kid or nothing like that. What you talking about, nigga? It'd have been a conversation. Like, he wouldn't have just walked away, nigga. I'd have did something. But you look like a pussy ass nigga, and you know you did, and now you want to talk tough. Now you want to bring up the Chris Rock. Nigga, ain't nobody think that LeBron James is gonna put his hands on you. Stop. And if you heard that off the internet, that's the internet. Now you making up scenarios of these goofy ass niggas talk. First of all, a lot of them goofy ass niggas, if LeBron James approached them, they wouldn't do shit either. This 6'9" nigga. A lot of these scary ass niggas on the internet. And you making up scenarios, making up shit. Because they made it up. When these motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit. The fuck wrong with y'all, man? Let's go back. Let's do what this nigga said, man. I just want to go back. I went back a little too far. But I want y'all to hear how this nigga just make up a scenario because he heard some shit, got some tweets back or whatever the fuck from social media, and now he asking, what y'all want me to do? What we want you to do? You know what I want you to stop doing, Stephen A. Smith? Being a house nigga. That's what I want you to stop doing. I want you to stop talking tough to our people, but when the white people disrespect you, nigga, you got all the respect in the world. That's what I want from you. I want you to talk to them racists that we keep telling you that's racist, nigga. But when it comes to a black brother that you don't like, you don't get along with, and it's a reason LeBron don't fuck with you, nigga, and you know that. And I'm not saying LeBron James ain't got no shit about him that's skeptical. But it seems like every time a black man has a problem with you, you go to the extreme. You talk tough. But that white man, them racists come at you, your demeanor change. You change, you even say, I got to change my tone. Because he called me loud. You do shit like that. That's my issue, Stephen A. And that's what a lot of our people, our issue is with you. You get real gangster with our people. You talk real gangster. But then the white men disrespect you. Literally disrespect you. You got all the respect in the world. You got 7 million followers. You got all this great shit. And you lower your tone and you talk a certain type of demeanor when it comes to this guy, Mr. Shapiro. You should call LeBron James Mr. James, nigga. Have you ever did? You coward ass nigga, man. How many fucking followers LeBron James got? Way more than Ben Shapiro. Fuck are you talking about? I know the game you play, nigga. That's why I'm angry. I ain't gonna say I'm angry. That's why I'm disturbed by you and pissed. That's why I don't fuck with you, because I know the game you trying to play. I can debunk your bullshit. It's easy to do it. You coward ass nigga, you're a coward. You didn't talk tough to LeBron James, nigga, seeing that 6'9" nigga in your face, and nigga, you ain't had no smoke. You try to blame it on, oh, it's my job. I had my job. Nigga, ain't nobody say you got to get physical with LeBron. LeBron wouldn't approach me like that, bro. First of all, I ain't even going to say he wouldn't approach me like that. But LeBron James wouldn't. You would have seen my interaction different. Like, nigga, who the fuck you talking to? I ain't never do no shit like that, LeBron. What's wrong with you, man? Like, it would have been some shit that been said from me. You just a fucking coward. Like, bro, you approaching me for like that, man. We can talk about this shit behind the scenes, man. I've been trying to talk to you. You don't want to talk to me. Now you want to wait till a game, nigga? Like, it's a way you could have handled that. But you didn't, because you're a coward. And everybody know you're a coward and a fucking sellout. Try to blame it on your bosses. I just got my new contract. My bosses gave me my new contract. Shut your goofy ass up. Let's move on, y'all. Watch this tough Tony shit they get ready to do, y'all.
I got no problems with it. My issues are with LeBron James.
I bet you do.
And I just want to say for the record,
black people, we
LeBron
got problems.
James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar. And he went on national television today and he lied again. You see, when he approached me while I was sitting courtside at that
Well, Dana
game,
White, he ain't lie either, right? He your friend. He don't lie. Sean Henry lied in your face all the time. You don't call him a liar. See, I keep talking about the energy, people. I keep talking about the energy and some of the shit that this nigga says about our people. But he doesn't do that to them white folks. I stand on that shit. This is why I don't fuck with Stephen A. This is the real reason, nigga. You call that man a liar, but them niggas, your so-called friends, Sean Henry, all them Republicans that genuinely support people lying. You don't call them lying. I mean, you don't call them liars. They actually support lying. You call it just a disagreement. Ain't no disagreement when a motherfucker is lying. But you call LeBron James a liar. Okay, cool. Let's move on, y'all.
Against the New York Knicks. When he rolled up on me, I didn't know he was going to roll up on me. I had no idea. But when he said what he had to say, I was in no position to give any kind of retort without making a scene. It was during the third quarter.
Yeah. But then the other goddamn time, you sharp on your feet. You got a lot to say. We get approached. You can't do nothing. All of a sudden now, do it matter now that you speaking about LeBron James, calling them liars and shit like that, disrespecting the man? You didn't want to make a scene then, but you wanted to now you can make a scene on your podcast. What the fuck are we talking about here, man? This is what I told you about the internet. These niggas ain't real. A lot of them ain't real. A whole bunch of them ain't real. These niggas talk tough on the internet. They get approached, they different. Real time, real shit happen. These niggas different. And I keep saying this shit over and over again. Stop acting tough on this internet shit. You don't know when niggas gonna approach you. That's why if you're gonna say some shit about a motherfucker, stand on it. And I mean, keep that same energy. Whatever you said on the fucking internet, nigga, you should be able to say to somebody's fucking face. Excuse me. We dealing with a bunch of goofy ass niggas that hide about even these media people like Stephen A. I couldn't do it because it was it was cameras around, nigga. Yeah, of course you would say that because you're a coward. That you get in front of those cameras, just like you're doing now on your platform on ESPN and talk tough. You got on Gilbert's Arenas talking real gangster. You didn't do that shit with LeBron when he was in your face. Oh, the camera's around. Nigga, ain't you sitting in front of the cameras? When you on Gilbert Arenas, you sitting on your Stephen A. Smith platform. You ain't worrying about your bosses? Now you worried about your bosses when you having an interaction with LeBron James face to face. Now you worrying about the cameras. Are you serious? All you have to do is say, LeBron James caught me off guard, man. And I didn't have he caught me off guard and threw me off because how he approached me. And then he said what he said and he just kind of moved, he rolled off. And I couldn't get a chance to explain myself. That's all you had to say. But all this tough Tony shit you talking about, what I would have did, if the cameras was around, how could I defend myself? But then you get in front of the fucking camera and say all this tough shit. In the cameras, you still got a boss, don't you, nigga? When you went on the Gilbert Arenas podcast, ain't your bosses watching? When you get on your show and you talking about this tough shit that you get ready to talk about with LeBron James, ain't your bosses still watching, nigga? You ain't doing it on their airways. You at a fucking game. What's the difference? You lying piece of shit. You ain't like that. Let's move on, y'all.
It was fresh out of a timeout. It was him walking to the basketball court. It was on national television. The cameras were rolling. And had I done something, what do y'all want me to do? You want me to act? You want this to be a reincarnation of Chris Rock and Will Smith? And let me state for the record that while we bring up that, let me assure you it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten my ass kicked. Because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
First of all, let me say this. He just admitted that he a bitch ass nigga. He said, don't get this twisted. I'd have got my ass whipped. Well, we know that. And to bring it up is to try to say that LeBron was trying to get violent with you. He was on some Will Smith shit. He wasn't on that. Because if that was the case, he would have smacked the shit out you. Did he? No, he didn't do it. You was scared to the point where you thought that he was going to smack the shit out you like Will Smith did. Chris Rock. You bitch ass nigga. See, the problem with even with the Chris Rock, and I told y'all about the Will Smith shit. It's wrong that that Will Smith did that shit. And that shit was going to affect his career. I told y'all that. But the other part is, I don't blame Will Smith for smacking the shit out of him. This nigga was going around talking tough, saying disrespectful shit, and thinking there ain't no consequences. And that's the same thing with Stephen A. Smith. There's no consequences. He was scared out of his goddamn mind. That's why he bringing up that shit. Nigga, you was thinking about getting fucked up and getting smacked on national TV. For all the gangster shit you talking, and we know you ain't like that. It wouldn't have happened. I'd have swung on that guy. First of all, nigga, there's one thing of Will Smith smacking the shit out of Chris Rock. It's another thing of a 6'9" nigga smack the shit out of you. Nigga, he probably have smacked you and knocked you back some fucking way. You weren't swinging on nobody, bro. That's number one. And then why would you bring up some violent shit? Nobody was even thinking about this shit going violent. You upset because you thought that you should have handled that shit different. Listen, people, this shit has happened to me. You get approached and you get caught off guard with some shit. Right? And you didn't react the way that you thought you would. Because some situations, you just don't. And then you sit back and you think about it. Like, I should approach that shit differently, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, man, fuck, I should have rocked this nigga. Just approaching me in that way. But it's over. So now you question shit in your mind. That's all Stephen A. Smith doing. I did it. It ain't about being on some bitch shit. But for him, it is that he's a bitch ass nigga. Now that, because he in a meeting, it looks a certain type of way. He probably hearing it from his friends, his family, people, because you know he on the internet, listen to them. And why you ain't do nothing? Now it's bothering, now it's fucking with his manhood. That's all that is. I'm going to tell you the real reason. Stephen A. Smith won't say the real reason. He just want to play tough and try to blame his fucking, his bosses. Nigga, LeBron James caught you off guard. I actually believe exactly what Stephen A. Smith said. He didn't know that LeBron James was going to approach him. He didn't think that LeBron James will approach him. Because first of all, who the fuck thought LeBron James was going to do that? So he's right. When LeBron James did that, it threw him off. And as much as Stephen A. Smith tried to play like he this tough guy, I'm the man's man, all this gangster shit that he be talking, that tough Tony shit, he was scared. Because it's not like LeBron to do that. And for LeBron, this 6'9" nigga, and you see the anger in his eyes, and he approach you like that, and he looking down at you, nigga, you was afraid. Only thing that you could do as a man was stand up and, but you couldn't react because it happened so fast. And you were shocked that LeBron would do that to you. But it shouldn't shock you if you're a real motherfucker, that motherfuckers will approach you if you keep talking that gangster shit like that. What you gonna do to a motherfucker and all this other shit? I'm everywhere. You can come roll up on me. Remember, ain't this shit he said? Now he want to talk about, we can go behind the scenes. He should have pulled me up behind the scenes. I think it's weak. He gonna get into that too. But all that shit don't mean nothing, Stephen A. You was talking gangster. You talk gangster all the time. They could pull up on me. I'm here and everywhere. And motherfucker pull up on you and you was scared. I didn't know he was gonna do this. Well, when a motherfucker pull up on you, they gonna call you and let you know, nigga, I'm gonna come up and pull up on you. That's not the definition of pulling up on a motherfucker. Now this nigga, when he want to change the game. You pull up on me, nigga, let me know when you pulling up on me. Let me know, so I can be prepared. That's not pulling up. Oh, this nigga's weak. So goddamn weak.
That I'm not going to tolerate. But I knew he wasn't going to do something like that. There was no fear in my mind about it. It was shock. Because as I have repeatedly stated, I was not talking about his son. I was talking about him. And whether it's the video that you saw him a couple of days later after that incident when he was talking to Richard Jefferson, my colleague at ESPN, before an ABC game in Boston when it got blown out that night by the Celtics, or in the aftermath of it, including Pat McAfee's show when he talked about me getting personal and taking it beyond basketball, I'm getting to a point where I'm getting very annoyed at people who cover the game of basketball, who cover professional sports, pundits out there, including him, his inner circle, his family members, and everybody else included. When are y'all going to ask him or hold him accountable for the truth?
Now, let me say this. I had this conversation. Because I told you a lot of times when I see clips and shit, I run it past my wife, and we're talking about a lot of this shit because I want to come off of this the right way, right? I'm talking about these situations because I'm the type of motherfucker. I genuinely just say what I feel a lot of the times, right? I don't like the sugarcoat shit. But the other part is, maybe am I looking at this the wrong way? So I get the respect of, because I highly respect my wife's opinion and shit like that and how she look at shit. And so I asked my wife about this situation. I said, am I wrong that I understand why LeBron James felt like he was listen, can I kind of compare this in a way of it's the kind of the same how LeBron is taking this and how I'm taking it, of what Stephen A. Smith said of you are a father. You as father, or father to father, paraphrasing a little bit, but father to father, as a parent, you need to stop this. Right? And I asked my wife, I say, would you take that as somebody fucking questioning your parenting? Because he used as a parent. Right? You get what I mean? And my wife told me, no, you right. I can see how LeBron James can take that. I was and I see how you can take that. I'm taking it that way. Nigga, listen, first of all, one thing about this whole Bronny shit, I never liked it. Right? I thought it was a bad look, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because as black people, we already get this stigma, right? Of that our people ain't qualified. Then you seeing it now with the DEI shit. Our people ain't qualified. They just getting put in these positions because of their blackness, right? Now we in the nepotism part of it to where now it's bad that black people do nepotism, but it ain't good. It's good that white people can. It's okay that white people do it, or other races of people, right? But mainly white folks. And so I looked at it in that situation, right? Because I try to open my mind up to shit. But the other part is, let me say this. I never liked that LeBron did this. Part of me, I slight LeBron as a basketball player for this. Because Michael Jordan wouldn't have did it. I know Kobe wouldn't have did it. I know plenty of NBA players that ain't Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant that wouldn't do no shit like this. But am I that mad at LeBron for doing it? No. No. This is one thing, or maybe a couple of things, or one of these things of a couple of things that I disagree with how LeBron handles certain shit. I don't like it. I never liked it. Right? But I have never seen LeBron James come out and get mad at the media for covering his son of that his son is not ready, he's not good enough. I never seen him bash the media for that. I have never seen him do that. But Stephen A. Smith decides to come out his mouth and says, as a father, LeBron James, put a stop to this, man. You right there, you made it personal. Yeah, we know his father, he put him in that position. But now you're saying, this is how LeBron can take this, and that's how I take it. You're basically saying, I put my child in harm's way because I don't want to see my son succeed. I'm okay. Like, I want to see my son have bad confidence. Like, you got shit going through your mind as a parent. So for another motherfucker that's supposed to be a parent, you should know better than that. It's a parent shit that you don't cross. Then it's some black shit that you don't cross with that, right? It's a race thing. And then the other thing is, like, nigga, for you to sit there and say it wasn't personal, fine. In your mind, it's not personal to you. You didn't think it was personal that you said what you said. But LeBron James thought it was personal. He's a parent. And he told you why. Stop shitting on my son, man. You trying to basically say, it's one thing criticizing my son on some shit, but you took that shit personal. LeBron just said, nigga, you ain't gonna disrespect my household, come at my household. Because that's what that comes off at. Like, me and my wife, we ain't raising our son right. Because listen, yeah, I showed some nepotism and got him in the position. And maybe a little selfish. But, nigga, you acting like I don't raise. My kid ain't out here crashing out. He ain't out here in the streets. He ain't doing no harm to nobody. Nigga, you just don't like that he not ready for basketball. You keep it there. But don't make it personal. As a parent. Now you questioning my parenting skills. Ain't nothing criminal happen. Ain't nothing criminal with what I did as a parent. You're just talking about how you feel. Listen, that's why I told y'all this shit is all stupid. It shouldn't be having a conversation. The bad part about it is they might not can't have a conversation because they really genuinely dislike each other. So one of them got to stop it and stop talking about this shit. This shit didn't went too far for me. It went too far because Stephen A. Smith, he just don't get it. And I'm not shocked that he doesn't get it because he's a sellout. So he don't get anything. He don't get how what he does that affects our people and disrespects us. He doesn't get it. How he sides with white supremacy and he don't know it. So it doesn't shock me that he doesn't understand what LeBron is saying and why LeBron approached him or why he's upset. He's just looking at it from his own point of view to make it look like he's right. Oh, you want to have a conversation behind the scenes, but you do some shit in public about somebody, questioning their parenting skills, but now you want to have that person to react to you behind the scenes. That shit don't make no sense, bro. But anyway, let's move on, y'all.
I have not been talking about Bronny James. I have not, as LeBron James accused me of doing to my face, been shitting on his son. I clapped back at D. Wade and Melo, two brothers I love dearly, when they were talking about this, even though 99% of the stuff they said was right. It was not clapping back at his son. Your second round pick, 55th overall, there's been plenty of second round picks that have worked their way up through the ranks before getting to the pro level. Me pointing that out about his son and talking about how his son has been pushed to the forefront, thereby put in a line of fire for folks in the media to come at him, is not denigrating his son. It's simply highlighting what we all knew, which is that he's not ready yet. But based on what we've seen from Bronny recently, there are indications that he will be. And as LeBron James pointed out on the Pat McAfee show today, it's probably sooner than later because his growth and his maturation.
Yeah, but Stephen A., I get all that. But you still went personal. You question a man parenting. LeBron, you his father. Stop it. Stop pushing him. And then the other part about this, right? We can have all our opinions about Bronny. Good he is, bad he is. LeBron knows his son better than any of us know. LeBron James know this his son's potential than any of us. He knows what his son can and can't do. So that's why it's personal to LeBron. He know his son. He been training his son since his son loved to play the game of basketball as a kid. He's still a young man, but he's a kid when he was a kid. Like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't question that, man. Like, you cross a line. The nepotism shit is fine. It's okay. But when you start questioning LeBron James that he doesn't know his son, or you putting your son in this predicament, I beg of you, don't do that. Now you're starting to question his parenting skills. Who the fuck am I to tell LeBron, hey, man, you ain't parenting your kid right, man. Why you putting your kid in this situation? This shit gonna hurt him. You almost telling him you're a bad father, man. Put your kid in this situation so he can get this type of criticism. Maybe his kid knows that. Maybe he know that about his kid. Maybe his kid knows that. You don't know. But the question that man's about putting this kid in a certain situation, you're crossing the line. Nobody knows Bronny better than LeBron and his wife. That's why Bron say, my household. Nigga, now you talking about my wife. Now you saying to my wife, she ain't got no backbone to tell LeBron, hey man, don't push him to do that shit. Like, it's so much shit that goes with that. You got personal, nigga. It's one thing to say, as a father, I might have not have did this, but you know, it's LeBron. He knows kid better than us. It wasn't that. Now, all of a sudden, now you change your mind because Bronny had a big game and he looked good now. Now, all of a sudden, you're like, nah, I can see how good he is. Well, nigga, LeBron seen that in him already. You didn't. You don't know his son. You don't work with his son. You ain't around the fucking James family like that for you to question LeBron James as a father of putting his child in a situation if it's nepotism or not, or if he ain't ready or not. But it's a way you do that and say that. But somehow, some reason, Stephen A. Smith still saying LeBron James is lying. He not lying, bro. You can't tell another man or woman how they raising their kids. You can't question their fucking practice skills, bro. LeBron, listen, Bronny James ain't no motherfucking regular person. Right? He's LeBron James' son. What trouble he been in? You don't think Bronny James is ready for scrutiny? Nigga, he got scrutiny since the day LeBron James had that kid. What this kid gonna be? You don't think people talking about that shit? And then when he start playing basketball, are you kidding me? Let's move on, y'all.
A year ago has happened by leaps and bounds. Nothing but respect and appreciation. Wishing Bronny nothing but the best. This is not about Bronny.
Yeah.
This is about LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
This is about LeBron.
Right.
And when you sit up there, you talk about, I love talking about, I don't need something like this to happen to talk about LeBron. He plays for the Lakers. He is LeBron James. I don't need an incident like this to talk about LeBron James.
That's not what LeBron James is saying. And you know that. And you've been disingenuous again. You couldn't wait for LeBron James to say something about you directly to make this shit to be what it is. That's what LeBron James is saying. Nobody's saying that you ain't no way good or bad. You can't talk about LeBron as far as a basketball player. Ain't nobody talk about that, nigga. You know better. You know what LeBron is saying, but you being disingenuous. Here we go again. Being disingenuous, Stephen A. God damn, bro. You easy. The bad part about it, he easy work. He's so easy to debunk the shit that comes out of his mouth. He's easy work. But he's still trying to sit there and pretend I'm more smarter than you guys. You're not smarter than me. You're not a better debater. And it don't matter if you know bigger words than I know and what they mean. It doesn't matter. All I know, I can go off your actions and can debunk you. And the shit you say out your mouth. I know you misleading the people. Trying to deflect and lie. But anyway, let's move on, y'all.
And do I use him for ratings? You're damn right. Like I use anything in the news for ratings. Because I'm a reporter and a personality and a pundit and a commentator.
Hiding behind his occupation. You know damn well that's not what a lot of us mean or even LeBron mean. I don't give a fuck about your occupation, nigga. You can cross a line. And Stephen A. Smith, for some weird reason, you don't think you cross lines. You cross lines, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? You so stuck on fucking cooning, nigga, to your bosses, you don't understand that you don't think that you cross lines? You do everything real and right. It's impossible. That means, Stephen A., you perfect. And we all know that ain't true. We all know that ain't true. But what then you do, you start talking about, we just have a different of opinions. No, some shit is factual and some shit is different of opinions. And we just ain't gonna agree on that. That's different than some shit that's a fact and you're wrong about, or you crossed a line, or you too stubborn to understand that person can feel that way about what you said and how they can take that. That's real life too, nigga. You don't get to sit there and tell people, I didn't mean it that way, so your point don't matter. That's bullshit. You didn't come with a solution of it. You just, I ain't mean it that way. I don't know fuck he talking about, he lying. What? How he lying and how can you lie and that's how you feel? How you took what somebody said. Now you can say, hey, I'm sorry you took it that way, but I didn't mean it that way. But don't call a person a liar for how they took something. This whole shit is disingenuous about Stephen A. And LeBron James don't get off the hook either, because he could have left this shit alone. And I thought he would. But, I was wrong. See how easy that is? Say I was wrong. I really genuinely thought LeBron believed this shit alone. But he didn't. And I don't like that he didn't. I can be honest about that. See how that goes, Stephen A? You disingenuous house nigga. Let's move on, y'all.
My career. Of course I talk about him. Of course I talk about anything relevant in the news. 1 minute it's LeBron, another minute it's the Cowboys. Y'all act like that's all I talk about. For 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week live, all I talk about is LeBron and the Cowboys. Are you sure? Because I can pick a whole bunch of things I've gotten in trouble for opening my mouth about. But that's neither here nor there. Because let's not get distracted from the real point at hand. The real point at hand is this. LeBron James continues to lie. He hoodwinked y'all into thinking that he was upset about criticism about his son. If your son is a professional basketball player, and I was talking about your son as a basketball player, since you just went on Pat McAfee's show.
First of all, you heard LeBron James in the Pat McAfee show. He broke the shit down. Stephen A. Smith, he's the one trying to gaslight people. To try to change people's perspective of what he did. Listen, LeBron James broke down. Hey, who the fuck am I to tell you that you can't criticize my kid for his play? The thing that LeBron James didn't do, and this is why Stephen A. Smith gets to continue to say that LeBron James is lying or whatever, right? It's because LeBron James, what he didn't explain was, nigga, you talk about my parenting skills. As a father, even when Carmelo and D-Wade was on Carmelo's show, and they tried to break that shit down to Stephen A. You know what Stephen A. Smith said? I highly disagree. They're not telling the truth. Okay. They know LeBron better than you. How the fuck you gonna tell them that they're not telling the truth? You question that man's parenting skills. You made it personal. Then they try to say, oh, Dwayne Wade wouldn't approach me like that. Who the fuck are you to tell them? Like, you trying to, like, on this tough shit. Who the fuck are you? Listen, Dwayne Wade just told you, nigga, I'll approach you on that. It'll be an issue. The one thing that I do agree that Melo said, he said, yeah, it was about that, but it was really mainly about this shit been boiling for years. It's personal. It's some shit that LeBron got with him. And this is facts. And I told y'all The real personal issue was that whole Colin Kaepernick shit. I'm telling y'all. Because before that, you never heard about LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith got a problem. Look, Stephen A. used to defend, excuse me, he used to defend LeBron James all the time when it came to fucking came to Skip Bayless disrespecting LeBron in a certain way. Listen, before it was a Shannon Sharpe, it was Stephen A. defending LeBron. He didn't go to the extreme how Shannon Sharpe and a lot of these other guys doing now, but he was defending LeBron against Skip Bayless and people like him. So, no, I'm telling you, I think I know the real reason for that. My opinion, I really genuinely, it's the Colin Kaepernick shit. People keep forgetting how close Colin Kaepernick and LeBron James was. Y'all keep forgetting that. And no lie to you, that's when I lost all respect for Stephen A. What he did to Colin Kaepernick. I lost all respect for him. It's a movement boiling. And you want to stand in the way and try to give us white people's talking points? I don't give a fuck about what they're talking about. A black man is dead. I don't care. Some national anthem. And then come to find out all that shit. We respect law enforcement. All these people, the same people, respect law enforcement. Black people, black Americans should respect the national anthem, all that shit. Look what's happening now. Do these same people respect law enforcement or the military? Hell no. Hell no. So at the end of the day, who was right? Colin Kaepernick or Stephen A? Or those type of motherfuckers that he was defending? All the brothers did was take a knee in peaceful protest. That was so disrespectful. But the motherfuckers at January 6th was using the American flag, trying to attack the Capitol with Congress people in there, trying to kill people, trying to kill the vice president at the time, which was a Trump supporter, because he didn't do the fuck shit that Trump wanted him to do. But they law and order. They give a fuck about America. We didn't hear Stephen A. Smith go off on that shit. Not like he's supposed to. You still defending Trump about policies. Nigga, how you defend a dude that pardoned niggas that did domestic terrorists, traitors of the country that he pardoned? How you fuck with a dude like that? What policies is okay? He allowed domestic terrorists back in the country, but they skeptical. Everybody mad at immigrants because it's terrorists coming over here. But you ain't worrying about the terrorists that Trump released into the country by pardoning them. You have no problem with that. Yeah, all right, man. Please stop. Let's move on, y'all.
And said you would never knock anybody for talking about the game. Then what is it that I said? What I said was, as a father, stop. I wasn't talking about you as a father, as somebody that's home minding your business, and I just call you out because your son is in this position.
What? Huh? You called him out as a father. You said as a father. So you called him out as a father. Oh, I'm not talking about somebody that's way over there, somebody not on your level. Nigga, at the end of the day, LeBron James is LeBron James, but nigga, Bronny James is his son. He's a father. You question that man's parenting skills and as a father. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to separate what the fuck you saying, bro? Listen to what he just said. This nigga, I told you, he telling himself. Damn, I went too far back. Hold on, y'all. Damn, I think I went too far back. There we go.
But that's neither here nor there, because let's not get distracted from the real point at hand. The real point at hand is this. LeBron James continues to lie. He hoodwinked y'all into thinking that he was upset about criticism about his son. If your son is a professional basketball player, and I was talking about your son as a basketball player, since you just went on Pat McAfee's show and said you would never knock anybody for talking about the game, then what is it that I said? What I said was, as a father, stop.
Right. What they got to do with LeBron James. So you made it personal. LeBron James told you, I ain't got no problem with you criticizing my son as a basketball player. But you took what I did as a father to do nepotism, which you can say, but you don't lie and say that he can't take that shit personal. Because you said as a father. So you question his parenting skills as a father. But why would you do this to your son? For all this criticism he getting. You don't know his son. You didn't raise his son. You don't know what his son can take or can't take. See, just lying. He making up shit and he's lying. Trying to deflect. Oh, I didn't question you as a parent, as a father. You just did. You just admitted that you did. You idiot. As smart as Stephen A. Smith probably is, he's the dumbest, smartest motherfucker I know. Like, what is wrong with you, bro? And then on the other part of that, you can't tell another person what they take personal or what you say. You got to hear them. If you genuinely want to know why they took this shit personal, and admit that, hey, shit, you know what? I can see that. But then you can still tell people, don't be so sensitive. Because that's not what I meant. But if it came off to you like that, I apologize. But that's not what I meant. Don't take that shit so personal. I didn't mean it in that way, but I can see how you can take it that way. You can still disagree with somebody, but still acknowledge that you understand why they took shit a certain type of way. It's about growth, people. That's about being grown. That's about being a decent human being. Being a man or a woman. Like, what we talking about here? On one minute, I didn't disrespect you. I didn't call y'all as a parent. But then you say, right out of that, I told you as a parent. Like, nigga, you just admitting it. Let's move on, y'all. This dude, like, unbelievable, bro.
Talking about you as a father, as somebody that's home, minding your business, and I just call you out because your son is in this position. That's not the father I've been talking about. That's why I've been addressing Draymond Green, who's been an avid supporter of LeBron on this matter. All I'm asking is for comprehension of the actual point.
Listen, first of all, stop, nigga. As a parent, right? I'm a parent. I'm a father. What I do in my household is what I do in my household, right? It may be certain things that I don't do in public, or how I correct my child, or how I do things with my child in public. But don't get this shit twisted. It was some real shit. Let me tell you some real shit. I went to my my aunt friend, I think I told the story. And I kept telling everybody, I said, my daughter's a black white girl. She act like a black white girl. This is like a little, it's like a joke in the community, in the black community, but somehow kids ain't raised how we was raised in the hood. So they don't speak a lot of the slang that we speak. They don't act like us, kind of like in a way, unless you got some of these young motherfuckers, you know. But a lot of our kids that we raised don't act like us, right? They're not hanging around motherfuckers that we hung around. Our slang and how we handle shit and how we move, that shit is still connected to the streets. Our kids are not a part of that shit. They're not been raised around that, right? Now I'm talking about cousins of mine. We ain't raising our kids like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about my cousin that's a little older than me, younger than me, my age, and shit like my age and younger than me. We're not raising our kids like that, right? They're amongst our people that grow up in the hood and shit like that, but it's us. But they're not picking up the shit that we're doing. We're not teaching them that shit. They may hear my slang and they're like, they can understand it, but they ain't out here acting like how I am. They're different. My little cousins and shit, they're not nieces and nephews. They're not like that, bro. They're not speaking like that. They're not on that type of time we out on or we was on. They're not even on that. We raising them different. Right? So my point is, people, how I may approach some shit would come to my kid may be way different than the motherfucker outside of me looking at it. I'm going to always push for my kid to get better, to be better than me. You don't know a motherfucker that been through some shit in their life, regardless of how successful or not they are. You don't know what you don't know what somebody else is going to do to push their kid to be better or put them in position to be better. Sometimes it can backfire, but you're going to be there if it backfire or not. You're going to be the one that's going to be sitting there, I got you. So for Stephen A. Smith, nobody telling your kids, if you put your kids in media or whatever, you may do it a different way. You may make them work harder. I respect that. It's like Michael Jordan said, I wasn't going to put my kids in a position because of my name. I respect that from Mike. But I'm not mad at LeBron about it. I don't like that he did it, but I ain't mad at him like that. The fuck are we talking about here? You don't get to tell people how they parent their kids. And then you're talking about these type of children. Think about Michael Jordan's child, his son. Maybe Michael should have pushed more for his kids. Maybe he shouldn't have put that much pressure on them. All that old school shit don't always work on these modern day kids. All this modern day parenting may not work on all these kids. You can fuck these kids up too. It's a balance. But who the fuck am I to tell any generation of how they raise their kids or how they do it? You can't do that. You know why? Because I'm one of those kids that come from the gutter, but I had enough experience of being around different family members and people and OGs and shit like that that taught me shit outside of this shit that I learned. But a lot of fucked up shit that I know, I learned more from that. I just know how to, when I've been around good motherfuckers that put shit in my head, I know how to, I know what to do. Right? But the street shit prepared me for fuck shit. Like, you could be in a good predicament, but I know you could be in a good predicament, but shit can go wrong. Fuck shit can happen. Bad people could be in the good shit and fuck you over. I had to prepare myself for that. I always tell people I got lucky. I made it out of a lot of shit that I shouldn't have probably did. But by me being balanced, right? Knowing about the street shit. I learned from the streets and being around some good shit, being around some people that was good. You know what I mean? That new shit. It helped me. So when I'm in the situation I'm in now, I know how to kind of move a little bit. I always tell people, I just try to get better and better as a person. You know what I mean? I try to get better because even though I'm doing good, I still make mistakes. I ain't perfect. I ain't perfect as a parent. I ain't perfect as a person. So I try to get better. Stephen A. Smith comes off as that he know better for other people. You don't know better for other people because of only your experience or how you may raise your kids. Your kids can't get raised like my kids. I told my girl, I said she a black white girl, man. She mad proper. That girl, she don't know nothing about that shit. And my cousin say, that nigga ain't lying. My older cousin, he came to me and said, nigga, he ain't lying. He said, yo, I heard her speak, nigga. She different. And mind you, we all got kids. And my daughter don't speak like none of them. She don't move or act like none of them. Not saying all my nieces and nephews and my little cousins and shit, they are all bad kids, but my daughter moved different. I raised her different. She speak differently. She ain't exposed to shit. A lot of my nieces and nephews and little cousins and shit, god kids, they exposed to a lot of the shit. She not exposed to a lot. So she talk different, she move different. Motherfuckers sit there and try to be acting like, oh, that shit ain't true or whatever. Like, yo, stop it, man. You don't tell people how to raise their kids, man. You gotta stop that shit. People keep thinking, oh, I got experience with my kids is this. Nigga, your kids can fuck up too. Fuck you talking about. But anyway, let's move on.
How do you mention Bronny James without bringing up how he got drafted by the Lakers? How he got drafted, period. How do you bring that up without bringing up LeBron James saying he was better than some NBA players before he got to the NBA? How do you bring that up without bringing up that LeBron James said, quote, if you want me, draft my son. At this point, it ain't about the money. I'll play for free. That was LeBron. How is it? I mean, I understand cynics. I understand this penchant to just hate the player and not the game. I understand how it's tempting to just come at me because you might dislike me or might disagree with me if you're Joe Public or Susie Public out there. I get it.
Huh?
But don't the truth matter? Because there's one person in this ordeal that's telling the truth, and it's me.
Wow.
I don't lie to y'all.
Wow.
His ass lies a lot.
Yo, think about that shit. I think people get things misconstrued, right? Or about people lying, right? If you believe in something, right? And you genuinely do, are you really lying? Regardless if it's wrong, are you really lying? No. That means you may be misinformed, right? It's another thing of believing in a lie, believing in lies, right? They are two different types of things. It's like some of the Trump supporters, right? They may actually believe in the nonsense of Trump lies. They genuinely do. Right? But it's a lot of Trump supporters that knows that he's lying and actually genuinely believe in it. Because they like lies. They like, you know what I mean? They intention. That's Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith knows he's intentionally trying to mislead people and lying. Now he want to call LeBron James a liar. Listen, LeBron James may be not telling the full truth, but he ain't fully lying. He's not fully lying. LeBron James is just not telling the whole truth. And what motherfucker actually does tell you their whole truth about how they feel? Right? So you are a liar if you don't tell somebody your true feelings about something. You give them a little something, but you don't tell them the whole truth of how you feel. Are you a liar? My point is, right? Remember Stephen A. Smith says, hey, LeBron James approached me, shot me, threw me off. I didn't react the way I did because I had it was cameras and all this shit rolling. I just got my deal and everything like that. Can we say that Stephen A. Smith is lying? Can we say he's lying? Right? When we first heard it, can we say he's lying? No, we can't say that. We can say, I can see that. I can understand it. But then this is what I call him being disingenuous and lying. When the shit was over, you still work for ESPN. You still just got your contract. You still got to kind of watch what you say. What was you going to do that was so outrageous when LeBron James approached you? That you was going to do? Was you going to put hands on him? We know that ain't true because you already knew you was going to get your ass whipped. So, like, what are you talking about? So we know he lying. You understand what I'm saying? The difference between a motherfucker calling somebody a liar that we know that you lie. And we can prove that you lie. And you being disingenuous. Then he tried to make up a story. Oh, he wouldn't have did a Will Smith to me. Nobody even thought that. Now, I mean, some people saying, you know, LeBron probably whipped his ass. It probably somebody said that. Or somebody probably told Stephen A. Smith in a chat, nigga, you know you wasn't going to get real tough with him because you were scared he was going to smack shit out you. That probably could have happened. I ain't going to say probably it did happen. He probably seen those shits. But you're a grown-ass man, bro. First of all, let me just say this. If LeBron James would approach me, he'd have been angry at me. Or however he came off. And LeBron James would have looked at me and said something shit a certain type of way, I'd have been shocked too. Whoa, nigga. You know, you looking up to this big ass nigga. But nigga, don't get that shit twisted. I don't give a fuck what occupation or how much money I'm making or who I'm with. Nigga, you approach me. Nigga. Hold on, LeBron. Nigga, what? Fuck you talking about? Nigga, well, you could have talked to me about this behind. Like, it's some shit that you, like, you ain't, listen, Stephen A. Smith looked like a pussy and he know that. Nigga, it's a way that LeBron James wouldn't have been approaching me like that. Like, he'd approach me. I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but nigga, oh, I wouldn't have looked like that. You looked like you was scared. And you such a, fuck being, listen, everybody would have been shocked if LeBron James would approach them like that. But for you to didn't say out your mouth, I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I thought it was a bitch move. He could have called me behind the scenes. Yeah, he could have. But did he do it? First of all, in that moment, did you tell LeBron James, yo, you doing some bitch shit? Yo, you could have just talked to me about this behind the scenes, man. On some man-to-man shit. Did you say that? No. He caught you off guard. You were scared. And just leave it as that. Stop trying to pretend that you would have did something different or we could have talked about it because you had time to think about it. But when the motherfucker approach you, all the fucking tough Tony shit that you prepare to say about people, when they approach you, you don't have that same energy. You got caught off guard. They are facts. But anyway, let's move on, y'all. That's why I told you he ain't real. And he too old for this shit. If I'm not mistaken, Stephen A. Smith is like 50-something years old. 55, 56 years old. He old, bro. What the fuck are you still sitting out here like you on that tough shit? You're not on no tough shit. You're not doing nothing to nobody, bro. Listen, I tell people this all the time. Nigga, I ain't even looking for no beef. I ain't looking for no shit to try to get tough on. Like, you get what I mean? I don't move like that. I don't move on no tough shit. I move on some shit. Nigga, I'm a regular human being. I don't move try to be gangster or tough. None of that shit. For what? I don't move in life like that. I ain't none of those things, nigga. Fuck being what I'm tough about. I'm a protector. Ain't nothing tough about me. I'm a protector. I'd rather be a protector than try to be tough. The fuck we talking about here? Everybody talking about there's a man. Like, nigga, you don't know. Like Stephen A. Smith, you ain't know that nigga was gonna roll up on you and he scared the shit out you. He shot you and you were scared. Stop it. That's all it was. Now you want to talk about gangster shit. Like, you wasn't gonna do me like I would have swung on the man. I'd have got my ass whipped, but I'd have swung on the man. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. First of all, LeBron James smack shout you, nigga. You probably go some rolls back. That's a big nigga. That's a big ass nigga. That's why I told you, a big nigga roll up on me. Of course you gonna fight or try to do some fight. But if the nigga catch you off guard, he roll up on you and fuck you up, big nigga like that, you going down, right? I'll go down. But nigga, you roll up on me wrong, I got that thing on me. I'ma kill you. I'm trying to sit there fighting no big ass nigga like that. At least I'm honest. You not sitting there like, I would have swung on you. Wouldn't have swung on nobody, nigga. First of all, he either smacked you, your ass would have been smacked 2 rolls back. We all know that. Stop that tough Tony talk. Let's move on.
And there's a lot of shady stuff that he does. And one of the things is his passive aggressiveness. And the two-facedness, and smile in your face and dig you behind the back. I happen to know that about him, which is why I don't like him. And he don't like me. But it doesn't stop me from being fair and calling it like I see it. We ain't exchanging Christmas gifts. We ain't having Thanksgiving.
First of all, let me just say this. Stephen A. Smith, you lying to being you a fair dude. Nobody think you fair. Everybody think you're a character. Other than the guys that you done bamboozled thinking that you good people. Kendrick Perkins, pussy ass. Now he want to fight Charles Barkley that's old. Who the fuck want to fight Charles Barkley, nigga? Ain't nobody want to fight Charles Barkley, man. What the fuck out of here, man? Fuck out of here, man. It was like Dwight Howard talking about, oh, nigga, I just want to get in the boxing ring with Shaq. Nigga, he old, nigga. In a real street fight, he'll whip your ass. You know that, right? So you want to get in the boxing ring where his rules at. So stop talking that tough gangster shit. I don't like niggas do that. Stop. Like, I only want to get in the ring with niggas that I know that, nigga, hey, size different, weight different, we can fight. Man, I don't want to get in there with in the ring with no nigga that's way crazy bigger than me. That's stupid. You can get most likely gonna run around that ring, but in a real street fight, you get your ass whipped by that big nigga. Stop. I wish people stop that shit. Everybody ain't that damn tough, man. Stop. I don't know why everybody want to be tough all the time. Damn. Let's move on.
Together, what you bring your son up into there for? What you bring your family up in there before? You gonna go on Pat McAfee show, talk about you gonna protect your house. What you talking about? Your son ain't at the house. He's at Crypto.com Arena. We ain't covering him in Brentwood. We covering him in downtown LA at the Crypto.com Arena.
Now, let me say this. I don't know this for sure, but my understanding, Bronny still live at home. I could be wrong. LeBron, shit, it's crazy. There's a state, it's crazy. But Bronny probably got his own shit by now, though. But so what that matters? You know what bothered me about some black people? It's almost jealousy. Like, and you see that shit it's not if somebody's very rich. It's motherfuckers that's down there on the same level, but you got a little more than they do. You move different. And nigga, listen, shit happened to me, so I know. Right? And niggas be sitting there, they be jealous of what you got. So they make up shit about you to try to pretend that you tripping. Or this is bad thing about you. I told you, listen, let me explain something to y'all. And my wife told me, stop talking about this shit, but sometimes you gotta, I like to bring connections to shit. Right? Listen, y'all. Do y'all ever hear me complaining about finances on the show? And I know people don't donate like that, like I would want them to, but I told you if you can, you do it. I will appreciate it. I always appreciate it. But do you ever notice I never complain about shit? Like finances. I don't. And there's a reason for that. And I don't knock people that got their struggle and they're going through what they're going through. But the problem is that people make shit up about you because you in a certain position the way you don't have to do what they do. And so now you the problem. Because you don't have to be an issue about finances. But they are. They going through their life in financial. Right? And listen, everybody go through some financial problems. I do too. It's not no shit like that. But I never complain about it. Right? I never be out here. I need y'all to do this for me to help me do this. I keep that shit separate. Right? Like, if I need financial help, excuse me, that's some shit me and my wife would talk about or my immediate family shit that I got with them. You know what I mean? I don't go outside of that if I need financially help. But I know when I ain't got shit or when my money ain't right or whatever it may be, nigga, I know how to stay low and stop spending money. That's me. And that come from me in the streets and shit. When you ain't really got it like that, but you running around pretending that you do. I did that shit a lot. So I know. So, nigga, I move around. Even when I got something, I still move around like I ain't got nothing. Or I move around and help people. When I do got something, I move around and I help people. Because I always believe in, yeah, you got some shit, but nigga, it's always to help other people. That's just blessings. Not because I want something back, but it just keeps you blessed. It keeps you, I feel like it makes you a good person. That's how I look at it. It ain't about, good shit coming back to you. That's secondary to me. But I noticed this shit. right? I started to notice this. That all the motherfuckers that got a problem with me personally, right? Former OBF members, motherfuckers, family members, whoever it may be. All it is that I never talked to them about financial shit. It's never about money. Our disagreements, it's never about money. It's never about that. That's real talk. Like I told y'all, I stand on that shit. When I say some shit, I stand on. All OBM members they ain't here, I don't fuck with, mad at me, family members, whoever. Blood to me. It's never about no money. It's never about that. It's never about finances. It's never about that. Because I take care of my finances. That's why me and my wife, we together. We do our shit, nigga. We make sure our shit is good. If one of us hurting, we hurting, nigga. I wouldn't pick each other up, nigga. That's why my wife is the love of my life. That's why she my best friend. She know when I tell you she know me better than anybody in the world. I mean that. I stand on that. So when I'm going through some shit, financially, whatever it may be, emotionally, she know me better than anybody in the world. Anybody. That goes for my mom and my dad. Like, or people that I was close to or whoever that fuck with me. My wife know me better. But I noticed that all the motherfuckers that if I do got a problem with them and we ain't cool and shit like that, it ain't financially. It ain't about no fucking money. You understand what I'm saying? It's never about that. It's always about they don't like what I said or what I stand on. That's all it is. About no damn money. Usually, that's why I know morally I know I'm in a good place. Right? Because usually when people got a problem with you, it got to deal with somewhat moral. But a lot of times people got a problem with you is because of money. But any motherfucker that don't fuck with me, OBI members, former OBI members, or anybody that don't fuck with me, it's never about money. Or family members. It ain't never about no money. In their mind, it may be about, oh, he don't come around, he could do this and do that. Okay, that's cool, but it ain't never about no money. I'm one of the most giving dudes. My wife told me that's one of my like shit that hurts me. I'm vulnerable in a way. Cause I give my last, nigga. I'm not a slave to money. I give my last if I could. If I got it, you get it. That's how it be. Motherfuckers know that. The problem what I have is when I try to offer shit and I do some shit, motherfuckers, turn it down or whatever, be on some other shit, or you just trying to think you better than me. I listen, I got family members that said that shit. My sister said that. I was like, she good, okay. And then now, all of a sudden, my niece called me. It's about money. Said to my niece too. She was like, "No, I'm good. Okay, cool." It's a way you talk about that shit. Like, don't throw me off like I'm trying to be arguing about it, nigga. I'm trying to be genuine about if you need me, I got you. But then you throw me off and like, I don't need you. I'm good. I got everything. It's under control. Oh, you just say, nah, bruh, I'm good financially right now. But if I need you though, I hit you. But I'm good though. Right now, I'm good right now. Like people don't be honest. Everybody needs somebody, bro. I told motherfuckers when I was trying to own my car, when I got my car or whatever, when I finally did own my car, I didn't own my car. My mother-in-law paid that motherfucker off. So I owned my car because of my mother-in-law. For years, she would give me loans and shit because I would get caught up in bills and shit. Right? Doing shit. Then my daughter was born outside. I was getting caught up in shit. My mom-in-law was paying off. Like I got too far in my bills and shit. So it happened to me when my mom-in-law, well, my car, they took my car. I was like 2 months behind or something. Excuse me. You're going to be one, but two, nah, they tell me take that bitch. And they can't take that motherfucker. And I remember I went to jail. I said, I'll never let that shit happen no more. Crazy shit about it. The next year came around, I did the same exact shit. And it was because that I was being irresponsible. Because I didn't bring in a factor of my daughter. Like, false financially. I wasn't bringing that. Like, you get what I mean? Like, so I was doing shit that I normally would do, but I wasn't understanding my daughter's here. And so that was costing me a lot of money. So I was not really understanding that shit. And so my mom-in-law bailed me out a lot of times, man. That's why I love my mother-in-law, man. I didn't throw the shit in my face or nothing like that. Or even now, if I come to my mother-in-law, what you need? I mean, like if I needed something from a shit, nigga, it ain't no, it's as about that. And I paid all the money back too. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, yeah, she did that shit for me, but there have been plenty of times I got money from my mother-in-law. She paid for shit, and I ain't never had to give her no money back. It's like certain shit I bought for mother-in-law. I told my mother-in-law, we good. She said, you sure can? I said, nah, you good. Take that. Like I got motherfuckers that I can, like, my mother-in-law is one, but I got other motherfuckers, like, if I wanted to get some money, I needed something, I can get that shit from them. Like, it ain't nothing. And I ain't got to pay it back. That's the crazy shit about it. Because they know if they came to me and they need it like that, I get to them. Listen, I never ask, like, certain people, I don't ask for that money back. And I really don't like to ask people for money back because you need the money. And it depends what the financial money is. But like I said, if you're in my life like that, I know if you're in a certain situation, we cool like that. Like my mother-in-law, she probably knew. It was sometimes like she gave me shit, I couldn't pay it back or whatever. She knew sooner or later if I got on my feet and got some shit in my bank account, I was gonna help her. Like she needed something or she wanted something. You know what I mean? Like, so it's all about the relationship. I always tell people that. Stop acting like you don't need nothing from people, man. Nobody surviving in this fucking country, in this world without help. We all need help. We sit there and pretend and lie to each other. We don't need no help and none of that bullshit. We all need help, bro. Can I? Can I?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Right here.
Oh, get Daddy 2 beds out the refrigerator, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Y'all know she going back to school. She don't want to do no homeschool no more. Yeah, boo.
I got the beer.
Okay. One more.
One more?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I got another beer.
Okay. What you getting, a snack?
Yes.
Oh, good. It's your snack. You got something to drink?
Yes.
Did you get something to drink?
Yes.
You can't eat them chips like that without nothing to drink, boo. You good? Yeah. A lot of times people, you gotta understand too, right? When you had kids and shit, I remember my wife, we lived our life without kids for like half of us been, me and her being together. We took care of other people. We took care of family members and shit like that, our sisters and shit like that. But that's what we did. I think that was our connection too. We took care of our sisters and shit, our younger sisters and brothers and shit. We took care of them. But we never had our own kid. Till we was 34? We was 34 years old when we had Kanaya. So, you know, but you had your kid, and I thought, the crazy shit about it, it made us a little bit more antisocial. No lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Having my daughter made us more antisocial. You wasn't like this at first. Like we wasn't like, yo, we was out and about, yo. We was partying. Motherfuckers be like, yo, you can come into this. You want to come to such birthday party and shit like that? We would come. We would go, nigga. Like, oh, even if I didn't go, my wife was like, I'm going to this. I was like, all right, boo, cool. I said, boo, I'm going to this. All right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? They don't do that shit no more. It's because of my daughter. We don't do that shit. We ain't been the same since my daughter was born. We just ain't been the same. Like, our focus is her. And sometimes people don't understand that about raising kids. You just don't get that. You think that everything will go back to normal. It doesn't. Like, you know what I mean? My daughter be 10 this year. So like, we don't wow. Like, I look at my daughter, it's like, that's a decade, bro. So for a whole fucking decade, I've been changing. And so it changes you. You're not the same, man. And that shit is crazy. Like, with my daughter's like, I don't do shit I usually do no more. Like, if somebody call me a friend, family, like, I ain't got them many friends no more. My focus is on my daughter, man. I try to be the best parent I can be. Like, you know what I mean? My focus is always on her. Right. And I go for my wife. We just focus. Yo, we used to be out there, bro. Like, we used to party like that. We used to go to the parties. I told you, we used to throw parties. Like, we used to do a lot of shit. We just don't do it no more. It's because of her. Just try to be good parents, man. Like, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of our family members and friends of ours, some of them don't, a lot of them don't understand that. Yeah, and you gotta understand, man, my wife, we've been taking care of family members. Excuse me. That's our connection. Believe it or not, that's one of our connections for us. We've been taking care of our family members, taking care of our sisters and brothers and shit all our life. Ain't nothing been easy for me or my wife. So we've been taking care of family members and shit like that. We've been looking out for everybody. That's what we do. We got that shit in common. And now that we kind of, you can say that we kind of separate ourselves from family or friends and shit. Now we focus on that little girl because she ours, right? So I think a lot of family members, no disrespect, or I could be wrong a little bit, but they don't fuck with us like that because they think we acting funny. But it's not that. We've been a part of the family. We've been taking care of the family. We've been a part of all the shit that goes on, all the events or whatever, and we just don't do it no more because that little girl need us. You know what I mean? And like I said, my wife always wanted a kid. I didn't want no kid, and the reason I didn't want no kid was because I knew that I was going to be this way, of being very focused on my kid. Nothing else in the world matters but my daughter or my kid, and that's what happened. And I think she understood that, and I think I understood that about her too. It's a fucking kid. None matters. Like we thought the same thing, but we just looked at it a little different. My daughter's our world, bro. We don't do shit without her. We don't make moves. We don't make life decision moves without thinking about her. People think that, oh, you saying, oh, Kenny, you hate kids or something. I never hated kids or hate having kids. I just didn't want kids. That was mine because I knew I would cut the world off. Or the people that was close to me, I knew I would cut them off. I wouldn't be the same person that I was that they knew. And it came out to be true. I'm not the same person. Like all my family members are like, you used to be out here, you used to fuck with everybody. And I don't do that. Because that little girl need me. That's my kid. I told everybody that. It's my kid, man. That's my seed. Ain't nobody gonna hurt her. And if you do, nigga, I swear to you, I die for that. So, like, you just gotta think about it. Like it's different when it's your kid. And I knew I was gonna be different when it came to my kid. The only thing that I'm a little shocked though, that my wife changed. And what I mean by that is, I thought my wife would still be, she's still outgoing and shit like that. But my wife is she done turned a little antisocial. We don't do a lot of shit. We just don't. Very overprotective of that little girl. We don't do shit without her say. If that makes sense. It may seem like, well, she run shit. No, she don't run shit, but she kind of do, but we just don't make moves. We don't do shit without considering her. Like you know what I mean? Like she's a part of our decision making. You know what I mean? We don't just do shit because we want to do it because we could do it because we grown. We the parents. Like, nah, we do that shit. Whatever moves we gonna make, how that shit gonna affect her. That's how we move. And I'm sorry to people that was friends of ours and former, if it came off that way, that I start fucking with y'all or whatever. Like, how did it come off? I didn't mean it that way. Like, yo, but I think I always been honest with people. Like, my daughter's always above everybody. Man, my wife made that decision. Listen, don't think it's just me. My wife made that decision. Nigga, you think I mean more to my wife than my daughter? Hell no. My wife mean more. I mean, my daughter mean more to my wife. I mean more to my wife than I do. I'm second, maybe. Right? And it's the same, it's vice versa with her. Like, y'all gotta understand that. We had this, me and my wife, we had this conversation, nigga. But ain't no conversation that me and her guy had. We never like be on like some weird shit. Like we never talked about this shit when it came to my daughter, nigga. This, hey. Only thing it is, when your daughter change, when she get older. But everything about what you do in this is me and my wife relationship, right? We love each other, of course. She my soulmate. We made this decision a long time ago. Our daughter is our number one priority. Nobody else comes between that. Shit, we don't even come between each other. When it comes to, we don't come between me and my daughter, right? So when my certain decisions about my daughter, I may not like it. I may say I forbid it. I don't want it, but it's a conversation that we gotta have as a family. And then when we have it, then we go for a lot of shit with my daughter though. But we make sure we got shit in certain situations that we protect. Right? Like we protect her. Like we do that. Right? Like that's what we do. That's our responsibility. Right? But you know, we struggle with my daughter, but we give her the leeway to have her own personality, right? Like, if that makes sense to y'all. Like, we still are parents, nigga, but she don't make decisions without us. Like, it's more of a safety thing for me. So we're not gonna make decisions without me saying, all right, I can say no about some shit. Now my wife knows that. If I say no, it won't happen. But that don't mean, then it comes down to, now we gotta start having a conversation about, hey, you don't respect your wife point of view or your daughter point of view, and I don't want to be that person. So, you know, we had conversations, and I just, all right, we make certain decisions, we gotta make them all together. But I say, well, but these are my standards. Like, I still need to have this, like, you know what I mean? So, like, we make decisions, bro, but I don't make them by myself. I make them with my kid and my daughter. Like, you know what I mean? My daughter is the front runner. She's the motherfucker that I gotta protect. Regardless, I don't give a fuck with any I think, or my wife think, she gotta be protected. That's my thing. I'm a protector, bro. I told y'all that. I can be a little emotional. Not emotional. Like, not as emotional as I'm supposed to be. Right? Like, sometimes I can be that way. But that's a reason for that. Because I need to protect. Right? You don't want to be all emotional all the time about certain shit. But when it comes to my daughter, I'm very, very emotional. I'm very, very overprotective. I'm very, very of letting motherfuckers know. Like, I almost got this careless shit too. Anything happen to my daughter, nigga. Listen, I told y'all. I probably, listen, it ain't no instance about it, nigga. That's the only way. Listen, if you fuck with my kid, that's the only way that I go back to the street, nigga, that I used to be. I put it that way. That's the only way. Can't play with my kid like that. Touching my kid, doing, okay. Listen, when I tell you all about the old Kenny, street Kenny, motherfuckers I talk about, and I don't brag about it, ain't nothing to brag about, but I'm just telling you, like, oh, nigga, oh. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. When me and my wife got together, I understand my wife ain't never seen me on some gangster Kenny shit. I need y'all to understand that. My wife ain't never seen me on that type of time like that. She never. When we got together when we was 19, she never seen me on that gangster shit like that. She called the you know, my homies died and shit. Called me crying. She seen the emotional part of me. Didn't see the realness about me, like that street shit. She didn't see that. But let's get back into it, y'all.
Where you put them?
Oh shit! Hold on. Hold on, y'all.
That he's going to be ready. I think Bronny's going to be an NBA player. I believe in the kid personally. But LeBron did this. Now, to get to he and I, could y'all please go back to the video of him getting in my face? If you watch, ladies and gentlemen, and you see it for yourself, notice how LeBron is in my face, and right when he finishes, he looks past me right at the camera that was filming it. Watch him. I didn't even pick that up first go round. You got Marquise Morris to my right, his left. You got Scott Brooks, assistant coach, behind him. He finishes talking and looks right up to the camera. Everybody and their mother knew I was going to be there. Because when you sit courtside, the Lakers have an idea of who's going to show up. He knew I was coming. And picked the third quarter in the middle of the game to say what he has to say to make sure the camera's rolling and to then look at the camera after immediately saying what he said to me with me having no chance to respond.
Stephen A. Oh, Jesus, bro. Can I just say this? Stephen A. is lying. He lying. Nigga, you had plenty of time to say something, but you didn't say nothing because you admitted it. You didn't say nothing because you was scared of the cameras of how your bosses was going to look at you. Stop, man. Jesus, stop talking tough. You were scared of your bosses. He didn't give me the opportunity to do. Stop. Stop doing that gangster talk. You weren't going to do nothing because of your bosses. That's number one, you scared ass goofy nigga. And first of all, nigga, we know better. You weren't going to do nothing to LeBron James. Stop. LeBron James didn't put hands and feet on you because if you would have did, you admitted that he was going to bust your ass. Stop. Jesus, bro. Like, damn. God damn, Stephen A. Let me shout out people in the motherfucking chat. I'm sorry, y'all. That's y'all talking in the building. What up, Talk? Y'all talking in the building. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Talk. Miles in the building. Shout out to Miles in the building. Yeah, listen. These niggas always making up shit. Stephen A. always try to change the narrative. You don't get to change the narrative on fuck shit. Nobody. You only talking about LeBron James because this shit bring you headlines. And then you admit it and say, yeah, of course I'm going to talk about it. Of course I'm trying to get views. That you could have let it go. And 3 times you talked about it since the video. LeBron James ain't never said shit about when the video came out. You talked about it 3 times before LeBron even spoke on it. And you trying to blame him. Oh, he set this up. He confronted me. Yeah, he confronted you. Yeah, maybe he did. But you could have left it be. Or the first time you talked about it, to address it. Or that after you address it, you should have left it as that. But you didn't do it. Because it brings ratings. And then you admit, it brings ratings. Of course it does. All right, well, niggas, stop telling us that we tripping about what you're doing. That's bullshit. Jordan in the building. Yeah, listen, man. Shout out to Weezy in the building. What up, Weezy? Listen, no, that's not actually true. That you call a black man a liar. The problem is, if the problem I have with Stephen A. Smith of calling LeBron James a liar is that he won't call none of them white racist motherfuckers like Ben Shapiro that be on his show, that he invited on the show, to call them liars. His racist friends. He won't call them liars. He think he doing something, he called Trump a liar. That's easy to do. Everybody know Donald Trump is a liar. What about his supporters, your friends that continue to lie? You don't call them liars, but you'll call LeBron James a liar. That's my issue. So no, Weezy, it ain't that. It ain't about just calling a black person a liar. Listen, I'm calling Stephen A. Smith. I ain't saying he ain't black. He's a liar. So no, that ain't the worst thing you can call a black man. He's a liar. And I prove to him every time he a liar. To everybody how he's a fucking liar. So no, it's not that. Shout out to Weezy again. Listen, I told you, and I tell everybody this. And shout out to Weezy. Shout out to everybody, man. Listen, we got problems, bro. It ain't that deep like y'all think it is. Y'all make it that deep. And former OBF members or motherfuckers that don't fuck with this shit. Right? Like y'all make it that deep. It's not that deep with me. My whole thing is, nigga, we should be able to talk. Whatever differences that we got, we should be able to talk about it. But at the same time, you can't talk about your shit and don't try to open your mind up to other people's feelings. This is the prime example of this show with Stephen A. This is my problem with Stephen A. He doesn't understand, nigga. You can't question a nigga. You can make excuses all you want. You can't tell another person, another man, about questioning how you questioning their personhood. And they take it that way and they tell you that. You say, oh, he lying. How he lying? If I question you in a parenting way, and I don't think that I'm questioning your personhood, are you lying? Or I'm just right? No. It is certain things that you don't do. Right? And sometimes as human beings, we cross the line and we don't know it. Right? LeBron James, nigga, you crossed that line with me. He ain't been liking LeBron James for years. LeBron James ain't never approached him, but he approached him on this. Come on, bro. So listen, you may not like what LeBron did. You may throw those 3 actual, but nigga, whatever. I heard you say it. As a father, nigga, you don't do that, bro. You know the bad part about it? I have did it to OBF members. And we got into a big thing. So I know that shit is wrong, bro. Regardless if I'm right or not, it doesn't matter, yo. When you cross a line, a question of niggas parenting, you cross that line. You can't say that they wrong about that shit. You cross the line. Nigga, you parent a certain type of way. That don't mean everybody get to parent their kid the same way that you want them to. I crossed the line. So I know this nigga Stephen A. Smith he crossed the line. Come on, man. Let's move on, y'all. Move on. Listen, Weezy, I hate you. I hate you behind the scenes. I hit you up. OBF members, I hit you up, man. Listen, I want everybody to understand something. I ain't that mad like people think I am. I ain't upset like that, bro. I'm disappointed in them motherfuckers. That's it. But I ain't that mad at you to not talk to you no more. Y'all choosing not to talk to me. I ain't that mad like that. So understand that on real talk. I want all OBF members to understand. I ain't that mad. Now, it probably like 1 or 2 motherfuckers that I don't want to fuck with at all. You'll know that. I stand on that. That nigga Rick Jr., don't fuck with him. That nigga Nick, don't fuck with him. But everybody else, hey, man, we can have conversations. We can squash this shit, get shit figured out. I'm cool with that. But at least I'm honest about it. But let's move on.
We could have went to the back after the game. LeBron James could have came right over the press row and said, yo, don't leave. I want to see you after the game. We got to have a conversation.
Time out. And why you ain't do it? Because ain't no man approaching me like that. And you talking like tough Tony shit. Talk it all the time. LeBron James could approach you like that, nigga. Hey, bro, I get that, bro. Okay, cool. Bro, let's talk about this shit behind the scenes. You ain't say none of that, did you? Did you? You're bitch ass. Because you're a bitch ass nigga. Stop acting like, oh, LeBron's supposed to do that. He supposed to be a man about something. But nigga, you was a man in that situation too. Ain't you a man? You let that man punk you over some shit because you was scared of your bosses. You let that man disrespect you in front of the world because of your bosses and your new $100 million contract. You think LeBron James give a fuck about the NBA doing something to him, nigga? He already worth 13 times more than you. Coward. But it wasn't no money about. Never mind. Let's move on, y'all. Let's move on.
And before any of these players or any professional athlete or anybody associated with them says another syllable.
Wow.
Think about this. 99% of y'all would have done that. Y'all said, Stephen A, don't leave. I ain't see you, bro. After the game, LeBron didn't want that.
So it wasn't LeBron, though. Because you know 90% of them players that would have did it, but they ain't LeBron. LeBron ain't do that. So what? He ain't do it, so what? So he got to do with everybody else what you think that it's supposed to do? Fuck no, nigga. You just a coward, Stephen A. Just admit it, you a bitch-ass nigga. You let that man approach you and talk to you a certain way. Now you're trying to change the narrative excuse me, trying to change the narrative. Oh, on some man shit, he's supposed to do this. Nigga, who the fuck are you? You called that man out on some parenting shit. Then you try to say, no, I wasn't doing that. You disrespect him and try to ignore that what he said. He didn't do that. He did it for some other shit. Okay, then, Stephen A., who the fuck are you, bro? You ain't give him the benefit of the doubt of what he said. I felt like LeBron said, I felt like you was disrespecting me as a parent. You don't care about that, though. But LeBron's supposed to do it the way you wanted him to do it. You arrogant piece of shit. But you better than everybody. Oh, Stephen A. Smith is better because he's better than everybody. He better than everybody. This old Kermit the Frog ass looking ass nigga, he's better than everybody. That's why he sit there and defend Sean Hannity and Trump supporter, because this nigga is like them. You don't get to do that, bro. You don't get to tell people like the rest of us, hey, we shouldn't be able to do none of this shit. We should handle it the way that you want us to handle it. Who the fuck are you? Everybody takes shit differently. Remember what I said, people. I said I ain't got no problem with former OBF members having their feelings or whatever going on. We can talk about that shit. It's only two motherfuckers I don't fuck with. I stand on that. And the reason I can stand on that, because I know it's the truth. And what them niggas can say to me, and I know it's the truth. I know for a fact. I stand on that. And I ain't saying I ain't even right about, like, if I'm beating with other former OBF members or friends of mine, that when they come and they talk to me, I know I probably did some shit wrong. I can actually admit that. But them motherfuckers that I just named, oh, hell no. Even some friends, there's a couple of motherfucking friends I need to put up in there too. There ain't nothing that they can do that we gonna be cool. Ever. Because I know I'm right. And there ain't nothing they can say that can prove me that I'm wrong. I guarantee you that. I put money on it. So, listen, for Stephen A. Smith to put out here and pretend, oh, LeBron James, he's just totally wrong about how he did that. How? So he totally wrong about everything. You ain't wrong about nothing. You just real about everything. And I told you about disliking people. I can dislike them. If I dislike you, it ain't nothing you can say to me. At least I'm honest about it. It ain't nothing a motherfucker can say to me. I'm not even giving you the benefit of the doubt if I don't like you. I stand on that shit. Stephen A. Smith talking about, we can just still have a conversation. Ain't no conversation for a motherfucker I dislike. That nigga Rick Jr. ain't a conversation. Ain't a conversation. I don't like you, you don't like me. That's how that goes. And I stand on that shit. That nigga, Nick, I don't fuck with you. I dislike you, nigga. I stand on that. You see how that goes? It ain't nothing nobody can say or however I feel. That shit is a wrap. But for Stephen A. Smith to say, well, we still can have a conversation. Ain't no conversation with, the fuck are you talking about? That's how I know you don't stand on business. You don't like LeBron. I don't like LeBron. LeBron don't like me. I don't like him. I never said that former OBF members don't like me. All I'm saying is, nigga, we disagree. They mad at me. It's a difference being mad when a motherfucker dislike you. We can disagree. But if you don't like me, and I know you don't like me, then Nigga, what the fuck are we talking about where we can fix some shit? Ain't nothing to fix. I respect you from afar, but I don't fuck with you. It is what it is. Not disrespect you. Do you? I do me. Go about your business. Let's move on.
Because LeBron would have had to deal with my response. And my response would have been, you did this. This ain't me. Don't put this on me. Why the hell are you putting your son in this position knowing we got to cover him? If we don't...
Let me just say this too, right? Because I like to get deep into shit that I know. I said the same shit to OBF members that I disagree with. I put this shit all on them and didn't try to take any responsibility of how others may feel. Because I think I'm right about shit. I told you I ain't perfect. You see how that goes? You see how arrogant you can get? That's why I know that Stephen A. Smith is being arrogant as fuck. Well, this ain't on me. I ain't do nothing. Nigga, you think you ain't hurt nobody? You ain't hurt the people that you talking about or disrespect them in any type of way? Nigga, are you crazy? But he the same dude that want to be a leader. He the same dude that's pretend he's better than everybody. That's what he think. He think he better than everybody. I do everything right. Now, mind you, I'll be very honest. Nigga, listen. Morally, I think I do shit right. All the time. People, I could be wrong about this shit. I know I'm wrong about some of this shit. I know. But there's certain shit I know that I ain't morally wrong on. And I stand on it. That's my thing. But I know Stephen A. Smith is lying. You trying to put all the blame on LeBron? Are you stupid? We know that you had a part in being wrong. And you lying. You making up shit to defend your nonsense. But anyway, let's move on.
Cover him, we ain't doing our job. Why would you do that? That's what I would have said to him. But he didn't want a response. He didn't want that. Because LeBron wanted to give smoke. He didn't want to take any. What am I talking about? I have even more nuggets of info to give y'all on that point. Brother don't like smoke. He just likes to give it. Typical bully.
He called LeBron James a bully. Now, listen, let me say this very clearly because I want to hit my people behind the scenes. Because this shit right here, and I'm going to say this to OBF members, call me, man. I'm here, all y'all behind the scenes. I want to squash some shit, man. I don't want to be like this. And I feel like sometimes, like, you know what? This shit right here, what I'm hearing about how Stephen A. Smith is acting, I think I'm acting like this nigga. Like, real talk. And I don't want to be like that, man. Like, so hit me behind the scenes, y'all. I'm dead serious about this, man. I don't want to be like this nigga, man. And maybe I crossed some lines, I did some shit. We talk about it. We speak about that shit. But yo, this shit right here, this nigga really think he right. He really think that he's saying right shit like, are you serious? Like, Stephen A., are you serious, bro? I didn't want, like, this dude, like, unbelievable. You don't get it. Like, you genuinely don't get it. It is certain shit that you can say out your mouth. You may not mean it that way. But people that fuck with you or whoever that can take this shit a certain type of way how you say it. And you ignorant to that, I ain't do nothing wrong. Come on, bro. Listen, I want all my OBF members, former, whatever, got a problem with me, nigga, call me, man. I'm gonna do it behind the scenes. I'm opening the chat up behind the scenes. Talk to me, man. If I come off this way, and I gotta see this shit now. And I maybe probably was coming off that way. Listen, yo, you don't. Come on, man. This shit. Listen, I'm hurt by this dude even saying this shit. Like, what's wrong with this nigga? You have no. You just don't care. And if I made anybody in the OBF feel that way, I'm sorry, bro. Let's talk about this shit behind the scenes. I'm gonna throw the chat. I'm gonna get everybody out there except for 2 motherfuckers. They can't come in. Because I feel that way. I stand on that. But everybody else, come on up in the building. Like, this shit opened my eyes up. Like, yo, this dude, like, are you serious? You don't get what you did? And then I thought about, like, damn, I ain't getting what I did either. Like, yo, this shit crazy, man. Stephen A, yo, you're a bad dude, man. You're a bad dude. You're a bad dude. And I knew this. That's why I tell you to everybody, he's a sellout. I stand on that shit. He's a coon. He's a house nigga. I stand on that shit. He's a bad dude. It's no way you think like that. If you're supposed to be this good person that you say you are. You don't think like that. You don't treat people like that. And like, oh, LeBron James. Listen, I ain't gotta like LeBron. But nigga, you don't act like you ain't do nothing wrong in this situation. You talk bad about that man's kid. I'm sorry, question that man's fatherhood. You question LeBron James as being a father because he did some nepotism shit. Who the fuck wouldn't do that as a parent? Who wouldn't do it? I don't agree with it, but that don't mean that I'm like, I'm stupid to it. Like, oh, you know. Like I said, he talked to Ben Shapiro with all the utmost respect, right? Even before he talked to him, he was showing him all this respect. But LeBron James, he don't show no respect to. And that's why I told y'all, people be acting like I be tripping about this shit, about when I tell niggas that, when I call niggas a sellout and I call them house niggas, I stand on that shit. Stephen A. Smith is that. I don't enjoy of calling a nigga sellout and he this and that, to disrespect a nigga like that. It's not that. I know this nigga's a sellout. I've been watching this nigga for over 10 years. I watched Stephen A. Smith. So his demeanor changed when it comes to them white folks. When it comes to black people, even LeBron. See how he treating LeBron? Disrespect him, calling him a liar. Did you ever hear him call Ben Shapiro a liar? No. You know what he did? I respect that Ben Shapiro got all these 700 million followers. LeBron James got way more than that. You respect him on what? His influence. LeBron James got way more influence than Ben Shapiro. What you talking about? But you disrespect the dude that got way more. But like I told you, he's black. That's why we call you a coon and a sellout, Stephen A. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? You disrespect the black people the way you do, but you kind to Ben Shapiro. But he don't get that. I can't believe they calling me a coon. I guess you would, nigga. You sell out your people so much you forget. Selling out your people for a fucking racist. This nigga been a racist. This is the same dude that agreed if I seen a black person that was driving a plane, that was a black person that was on a plane, I would question that. He's a part of that. The fuck you talking about? Motherfucker called you a jackass. Called you out your name. They had no problem with that. LeBron James ain't never called you out your name. If you disrespect him and call him out his name, think about what he's doing, man. Black people, my black folks, understand what he's doing. LeBron James ain't never called him out his name. But he did. But that white man called him out his name. And that motherfucker, Mr. Shapiro, he was very respectful. LeBron James got way more followers than Ben Shapiro. Got way more influence than Ben Shapiro. He disrespects LeBron. That black man. But Ben Shapiro, white man. He don't disrespect them though. Call him Mister. And all that other shit. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm out, man. All my OBF members, I'm going to call y'all behind the scenes, man. Let's squash this shit. Let's get it over with. Shade everybody. Hitting everybody up. I'm going to put everybody in that group chat. Squash this shit. Like, this shit right here should have been a while. Like, this shit should have opened our eyes. How fucked up coon ass niggas do shit to us. And then at the same time, me, myself, I can understand how I can come off. Right? Like, one thing that Weezy always told me, say, nigga, you the leader. Sometimes I don't like to think that. Right? Because, nigga, I always try to, try to big up everybody on my level. But I gotta understand how I impact shit. Instead of trying to downplay it, right? Like that's the thing too. I downplay my impact because I want to be equal to everybody, and sometimes that come off as, or then when I do use it, it comes off at people like you being arrogant. Like, so I gotta understand my status, right? But this shit is crazy, man. Everybody hit me behind the scenes, man. I'm gonna do the chat behind the scenes. Everybody come. Fuck with your boy, man. Like, seriously, let's squash this shit, man. I don't want to be mad at my people, man. Not on this shit. We can squash this. Like, this nigga Stephen A. Smith, this shit that just happened, like, yo, nah, we don't supposed to be like that. And then I'm starting to see, like, damn, I'm starting to act. I'm starting to do stupid shit like he doing. Right? Or all of us kind of doing it. Like, yo, we don't supposed to do this. It's OBF, yo. It's love. Like, we trying to help people. Our movement was about helping people. You know what I mean? And now we beefing with each other. And like, nah, yo, we can squash this shit. We can squash this. To all OBF members, listen. It's time to squash this shit. Everybody come up in this motherfucker. When I leave this bitch, I'm hitting everybody up. And we need to try to come up in the motherfucking bed. I'm gonna send the shit, the chat. We come in this bitch and we gonna squash this shit. Cause I don't like this shit. This shit been bothering me for a couple of months, years. I don't like to feel this way about my people. Cause I genuinely love my people, man. Like, and like I said, I may have been. And listen, nigga, tell me what I was doing wrong. I'm okay with that too. I ain't nobody that can't receive criticism. I might was doing some. I know I was doing some shit wrong. Fuck, I could have been doing some shit wrong. I did some shit wrong. But you know, so listen, we out, people. Get right here to everybody behind the scenes. Leave comments, hit that like button. Support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. Obia. Peace and love to the world.